Hello everyone. Welcome students. We are starting the paper analysis live for the first day, 2nd of April. Many of you have appeared for the exam, and yes, if you were there in the exam, please mention in the comments. If you know some question, you can mention the question also, and you can tell the level of difficulty level of the exam. How was the overall, you can say, difficulty level of physics, for chemistry and maths. We are going to start this discussion soon, just in few minutes. We are getting the questions from the students, and those questions will be typed, and yes, soon we are going to start this discussion just in few minutes. Hello hello everyone. Yes, we are starting the live just in few seconds. Varshit, hello. Sir, how was the exam? Yes, we are getting the questions from the students. So soon we will tell you about the level of the exam, and yes, which all questions came exactly we will be discussing. Okay, so our questions are being typed, and yes, we are fetching the questions from the students. Our central team is doing that work. Sir, 50 most important live we have conducted for you all. 50 most important question also, complete chemistry, complete maths, complete physics. I think content wise we have provided everything for you all. सर मेरा एग्जाम 5 अप्रैल को है. ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट. मेनी स्टूडेंट्स सेइंग इजी पेपर. Venkat is saying that the paper was very easy. Difficult or easy? Oh, Venkat is mentioning that the paper was easy. Let us see if it is easy. Well and good. By the way, physics has to be easy, and scoring, as we know, always few questions can be lengthy in physics, but almost I will say 20 questions will be, on the easier side only. Many students, easy paper. Yeah, many students are saying that the paper was easy. Let us see, are we getting the questions? Yes, some questions are coming. It may take a while for us to start, just few minutes. So yes, those students who appeared for today, please mention how was the exam. Sir, my exam is on 4th, first shift. Okay, all the best beta. Sir, 6th ko exam hai, first shift. Anupam, okay. Today afternoon. Oh, second shift you are having today. Okay, April 2 coming in physics 40 topic. Is it correct? I had mentioned the 40 highest weightage topic. Okay, many of the questions you will see from those topics. Yes, actually that data of those 40 questions is based on the questions in 2026, 2025, 2024. Okay, from all those data, these 40 topics were fetched. So yes, you will see many of the topics repeated in the exam. Don't worry about that. Physics is my favorite subject. Yes, that has to be, because that is the most scoring thing, and without physics you cannot score. Physics is the most scoring thing actually. 5 ko hai sir, second shift. Vijay, okay, Vijay, all the best. Vijay, all the best. Aryan, yes. Anybody from the exam center, please mention how was the exam. And if you are having any question, you can mention here. Sir, I have my exam on second shift. Okay, all the best beta. 6th shift 2, all the best. 8th April shift 2. Ashish, Vijay, 8th, 5th April. Okay, so students, as I'm saying that we are going to start this live just in few seconds, because we are getting the questions from the central team. The central team is fetching the questions from the students, and soon the questions will be typed, and we will display the questions, and we will solve the questions with you. We have Deependra sir and Gaurav sir also with us. Okay, so Deependra sir and Gaurav sir has connected with us for the maths discussion and chemistry discussion. So don't worry about that. We will be discussing all the 3 subjects, each and every question. We expect almost 20 questions to be discussed in today's discussion. So out of 25, at least we will fetch 20 questions from the students. 2nd April, okay, sorry, 8th April shift 2, somebody is having, sir, aapko kya lagta hai, easy or hard? Many of the student has mentioned the paper is easy, but for physics, I am almost for sure that the paper has to be, almost half has to be on easier side, some part on moderate side, few questions has to be lengthy, because the deciding factor has to be there in the paper. Okay, अब 2nd April shift 1 अभी दे के आया. Yes, please mention, जो दे के आए हैं, please mention how was the exam. April 2 shift 1 अभी दे के आया. Okay. Thank you students. April 2, yes, those student who has given the first shift, please mention if any question or if anything you remember. By the time we'll get the question soon, in few minutes just. Okay, so Gaurav sir and Deependra sir is also with me, so they will be joining parallelly to discuss the questions of chemistry and maths. Around 160. Okay, somebody is expecting 160 around. That's a good score, by the way. Sir, tips for 4th April to clear cutoff. We'll see the level of the today exam. We'll see the topics of today's exam first. Sir, electrostatics से 3 questions थे, मैं आज दे के आया. Oh, electrostatics, yes, it's a high weightage topic. I think one should be on capacitor, another should be on electric field, and the third should be if there is on potential energy, maybe like that. Sir, am I late? No, you are not late, Black Mystery. We are just starting the discussion. We are getting the questions. So in just few minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, we are going to start this. 3 questions from electrostatic and 2 questions from ray optics. Yes, ray optics is also high weightage. Yes, somebody is selling 200 plus. That's great. That's great. No question from current electricity. No question from current electricity. Don't know. Let us see. Sir, modern से 2 questions आए थे. Oh, good. Getting 200 plus. Mehta, good Mehta. All the best. Name लीजिए please. Ali is mentioning. Yes, we will take the name. Mention the questions. Mention the questions if you are having. By the time we are fetching the questions from students, sir, modern physics से सिर्फ एक question आया था. Somebody was saying 2 question. No current electricity. Let us see. Today easy, too lengthy. Somebody is saying that the paper was easy. Let us see. Salt analysis also they gave. It seems okay. Name लीजिए Ali. I already took your name. I already took 2 units dimensions. 2 units dimension error. Okay, I was saying that question on error and units dimensions. Do that very nicely, and I think you did that. If you did that, you got the question. I had mentioned that this will come, and these 2 topics were there in the 40 list. Yes, I had added that. So if you did that, that's good. Kara do sir, just in few minutes we are starting, beta, because our questions are being typed, and yes, we are starting the discussion just in few seconds. Salt analysis 3 questions. Okay, somebody is saying the paper was moderate. Sir, paper upload हो गया. नहीं, paper upload नहीं हुआ बेटा. We are going to discuss the questions. Memory based questions means those students who gave the exam, they will write the questions, give to the central team. Our central team will provide to us. So just in few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, we are going to start this discussion. Let us see. As soon as we get the question, we'll start the discussion. Sir, I have to write 6th April. Okay. Paper was moderate. Some students are saying IUPAC question was there. Okay. Vernier caliper. Good. Sir, paper tough था जैन के comparative में. Somebody is saying the paper was tough. Somebody is saying the paper was moderate. Somebody is saying the paper was easy. Let us see. When we will get the questions, we will see. Sir, semiconductor से आया था, but not traditional question. Okay, from semiconductor, what was asked? Can you please mention? Please mention. I think 3 topics are most that are asked from the semiconductors are the Zener diode, the simple diode circuit, and the logic gates. So you can mention if there is any question from this. Sir, semiconductor से आया था but not traditional question. Please mention which question. No current electricity question. Okay. Sir, units dimension से 10 questions आए थे. Units dimension से 10 questions तो certainly नहीं हो सकते. This is wrong. Might be 2 questions. One on error, one on units and dimensions. Sir, semiconductor से आया था no tradition. Please mention which question you got from semiconductor. Mixed review. Yes, we are having mixed review. Inorganic 9 to 10 questions. Okay. Sir, is practical physics necessary? Gaurav sir will tell about that. 280 plus, sir, it was easiest paper. Good morning beta. Sir, waiting for more curiosity. Yes, we are waiting. Okay, we are getting the questions are being typed, fetched from the students. Just in few minutes we are going to start today's second shift. Okay, all the best Aditya. Easy paper 180 plus. That's great. Sir, what to do? ऐसा लग रहा है कि कुछ नहीं पढ़ा है. Don't worry, don't lose the confidence. Okay, we have conducted the lives. If you have time, you can attend those live sessions. Okay, everything is covered there. Sir, is there any tips for 8th April? Attend all the memory based lives. Okay, do all the topics which are discussed in the memory based live. Sir, 6th April. Okay, yeah, Black Mystery. 74 question attempt. Okay, if you attempted 74 question, that's a good number. Easy paper है 200 plus है. Oh, that's good. Maths was doable. If maths was doable, then it was a great thing. Because from maths we expect, you know, you do just 10 to 15 questions, that's okay. But if maths was doable completely, that's great. You can get a very good score. Sir, chemistry में SN1 से आया था. Okay, Gaurav sir will take this. Sir, modern physics से एक. Somebody was saying modern physics से 2 question आए थे. Somebody is saying 1 question. Please, can anybody clarify? Sir, please say JEE Advance. We are discussing for mains today. So you are looking like a legend. I'm not a legend, by the way. Sir, is practical physics necessary? Gaurav sir will tell actually. First day, first show. Yes, this is the first show and we are going to start this first show just in few minutes. Sir, 5th April, I will be okay, tough or easy. Let us see beta how the paper is going. Okay, first of all, let us see today's question. I think we are getting waiting for the questions. Waiting for the questions. Physics is so easy, sir. Marks 80 in physics. Okay, physics was easy. Somebody is saying that I got 80 marks in physics. That's great. First day, first. Oh yes, sir. क्या 5 shift 1 tough होगा? No, we cannot say that 5 shift 1 will be tough or easy. Let us see first today's shift. Okay, how the questions were. Let us see the difficulty level of today's shift first, and then we will talk about the rest of the shifts. Sir, I expect 290 plus. Beta, don't do like this. Sir, I got. If I got 108 in JEE replica test series, can I get cutoff percentile? You should get. Okay, sir, jaldi start karo. Yes, we are starting, beta. Our questions are being typed. Let us wait for few more minutes because fetching questions from the students takes time. So beta, if you are there, anyone from today's shift, you know any question you remember, please mention in the comment. I will take it immediately. But for questions to come from the student side and from being typed in PPT form, it takes some time. So we are just waiting for that time. I think 2 to 3 minutes more. Let us see. I'll start the discussion. Modern 2-1 is doable. Okay, and another is quite tough. Okay, I think 2 questions were there. One was doable. Somebody is saying, sir, I attempted 68 questions. Okay, all the best. Good morning, sir. Ashirwad DJ. Ashirwad for you, beta. Sir, 6th April, should I do 5th April memory based? Yes, you should try. You should try to attend all the memory based lives. Okay, you'll get an idea. Modern se 2, yeah, one was tough question. Somebody is saying modern se 2 aaya tha and one was tough. Yeah, I took this question. Hello. Sir, 5th April shift 1. Okay, all the best. Modern sorry, ray optics ka person nahi aaya. Somebody was saying that there was no question from ray optics. Somebody was saying there was 2 questions from ray optics. When I'll get the questions, then I'll show you. Here we are having mixed reviews. Please, those students who gave today's exam, they should only mention here this question came today and the level of the difficulty. Others, please don't mention because students are watching us, so we want to get proper things from the students. Full wave rectifier came. Somebody is saying full wave rectifier came. Sir, modern physics kitne questions? Somebody is saying 2 questions. 95 percentile marks. Let us see today's shift first. Okay, how was the paper overall? Students are having mixed reviews. Somebody saying easy, moderate, difficult. Let us see. Full wave rectifier came. Okay, somebody saying full wave rectifier was there in the exam. Okay. Isoverse. Okay. Okay, sir, modern physics, yeah, 2 questions. Kya rotation revise karna hai? Rotation se only do the important things. Okay, nicely do what thing? First is the how to find the moment of inertia, and the second thing is the rolling motion. Okay, at least these 2 things cover very nicely if you don't have time. Okay, from rotation. So and also January shift question you should do. All the rotation question that appeared in the January shift, you should do them. Carnot engine, I don't know. Current se question nahi tha. Many of the students are mentioning that there were no questions from current electricity. Okay, students, let us see the actual questions. Units dimensions, 2 questions. Yes, from units dimensions we got 2 questions. One was on an error, another was on the dimensions. Yeah. Yeah. A quick start. Yes. We are starting just. In few minutes, beta. We are fetching the question from the students. If you are having some question, you can also. The work function of a substance is 3 electron volt, longest wavelength. Okay. We got a question from here in the comments, please. The 3 electron volt. Can somebody type that question again? Can case the because the comment is running so fast. The work function of the substances. Okay, let me read that question. Somebody is mentioning that question. Let me read that question from my phone because here the comment section is running very fast. I want those students to comment who attended today's live because I need the questions. The work function of a substance is 3 electron volt. The longest wavelength of light that can cause the emission of photoelectron from the substance is approx. Okay. Thank you for this question. Somebody gave a question. If you remember, I had mentioned. Yeah. If you remembered, I had mentioned that that photoelectric effect is important. Photoelectric effect is important. Okay. In the 40 topics I had included this, and in the 11 questions list also I had included this, and we have got one question. What is the one question? The question is the work function of a substance is 3 electron volt, means phi is equals to 3 electron volt. We need the longest wavelength which can cause photoelectric effect, means the electron is just able to eject, electron is just able to come out, means you need to provide the minimum kinetic energy. Minimum kinetic energy to the electron means 0. Kinetic energy is equals to h mu, the energy of the incoming, or I can say hc by lambda, minus the work function. When the electron is just coming, longest wavelength means minimum energy, so this kinetic energy is equals to 0. So from here I can say hc by lambda naught is equals to phi naught. I need lambda naught, that is hc divided by phi naught. What is hc? 12,400. hc value, remember hc value, that is 12,400 electron volt angstrom divided by phi naught mentioned as 3. So 3, how much it will become? 3 into 4, 3 into 4 and 3 into 1, 3, 3, almost, okay, 0.33 like that, 33, this much angstrom. Getting this question? One student mentioned this question, so thank you. Who was that student? Anushka was mentioning this question. So we got a question from photoelectric effect. I was saying photoelectric effect is an important question, important topic, and we will get a question. So this is the question from photoelectric effect. What was given to us? It was given to us, and we need to find the lambda max which can cause photoelectric effect. Okay, lambda naught which can cause photoelectric effect. So minimum kinetic energy will be 0 because maximum value I need means minimum energy here. So kinetic energy, putting that equal to 0, I got this. Now remember hc value, that is 12,400 electron volt angstrom. Okay, 12,400 divided by 3, this much will be the answer. Sir, take as 1240, not 12,400. Beta 1240 when we take, here it will become nanometer. Here it become nanometer. When we take 1240, here it will be nanometer. 12,400 if we take, here it is angstrom. Okay, pay attention to this. This is 12,400 electron volt angstrom I have mentioned, not nanometer. A ball is dropped from a height of half 12 meters, then what is the distance travelled in 12th second? This question is not clear. Please mention the question clearly. For angstrom we take 12,400, for nanometer we take 1240. Remember it nicely. तुम्हारे पास क्वेश्चन कहां से आया? We got a question from the comment section, and yes, we are getting question from the central team soon. So our PPT is being prepared. Anybody from today's unit of electrostatic energy density? Unit of energy density means energy density per unit volume, that will become joule per meter cube. Getting that? Somebody was saying unit of electrostatic energy density. Electrostatic or any energy means joule, density means per meter cube. So this is the unit, joule per meter cube. You can write the dimensions also if it is asked. Logic gate, Wheatstone bridge, moment of inertia. Okay, this was asked. That's great. We expected these questions. Then what is the distance travelled in 12 seconds? A ball is dropped from a height of 12 meter. It will not travel for 12 seconds. Wheatstone bridge, moment of inertia. Okay, students are saying Wheatstone bridge was asked and moment of inertia was asked. Okay. So now Gaurav sir is coming. Okay, Dipendra sir is coming with questions on maths. with question on maths. Dipendra sir is coming. So let us see if Dipendra sir is ready. Let us see if Dipendra sir is ready. Yeah, yes, many of the questions are there in the comment section. So students, those who gave today's exam, they are mentioning the questions. So we are having now Gaurav sir and Dipendra sir with us. Let us see if they are joining. If they are joining, let us wait. I am waiting for the confirmation. We'll start. A ball is dropped from a height of 12.5 meter. Calculate the distance traveled by the ball in 12 seconds. So it will not travel for 12 seconds. Now there is something is missing in your question. Sir, binding energy per nucleon of iron. Somebody is saying binding energy per nucleon of iron. I don't know. Some data would be given there. Finally, questions. Yes. Questions are coming. Questions are coming. Just in a minute. Dipendra sir is joining. Let us see Dipendra sir is joining or not with questions on maths. So question of maths are there with us. Hello. Should I end now? You are joining? Okay. So it's over to you, Dipendra sir.
Hello, hi, namaskar everyone. So I hope the paper was amazing. The paper was great and everybody amazing. The paper was great and everybody must have attempted it. And yes, without any ado, let us discuss the first question from mathematics. Yes, we have started receiving the questions and let's go ahead with the first question from your January attempts. Yes, this is such a simple, such an easy question. We all know that yes, a lot of responses are coming that sir, paper was easy, paper was doable. Yes, that is perfectly acceptable that maths is always lengthy. You see physics and chemistry and there the time gets compensated for maths. So some of the students were taking maybe 1 hour or some of the students were taking maybe 1.5 hours. But yes, mathematics was doable. It was easy. So far we have received the inputs from students. It was easy. And look at this question. This kind of questions they don't even ask in boards. I hope you remember that. So here, how do we see this question? Y is equals to fx is the solution of the differential equation 1 plus sin x dy by dx plus cos x is equal to 0. Right. Simple variable separable form. Can you not see that question? I hope what you do is you simply take this cos x to the other side. It becomes minus cos x and 1 plus sin x goes to the other side. So what do you get is you finally get this expression dy by dx as clearly minus of cos x divided by 1 plus sin x. I hope everybody got that. Everybody with me on this, all the participants. Now from here, is it a really tough question? I hope you know you'll simply take this dx to the other side. You'll get dy by negative of cos of x upon 1 plus sin x dx, right? When you integrate it on both the sides, if I take 1 plus sin x as t, I hope you're realizing it will be cos x dx to be dt. So it is going to be ln t, mod of t. And here it is going to be y. So y is going to be minus of ln of mod of t. What is t? So t is 1 plus sin x. And of course, with the constant of integration, which is plus c. Now from here, what do I do next? I hope the part is really simple. We are given one more information that f of 0 is 0. So if f of 0 is 0, I replace x by 0. You get sine 0, ln 1 is 0. So y is 0. So 0 is equals to c. That means we receive c as 0. I hope that's easily predictable. Now from here, what we do next is y is equals to minus of ln of 1 plus sin x. That's your function. What are we asked? We are asked f of pi by 2. I hope that is the easiest question of your paper, I would say. Y is equals to, when x is replaced by pi by 2, which means you are solving for f of pi by 2. Pi by 2, 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So your answer is going to be minus ln 2. Was it not simple? Was it not easy? Was it not absolutely doable? That's good, students. That's brilliant. So yes, it was not even a boards level question. Can you believe that? And IIT JEE in mains does ask such questions, right? So let me just quickly get a confirmation. Who is there ready? Let me ask Gaurav sir, are you ready? So that we can switch it or hand it over to him so that Gaurav sir takes you through this. Let me just quickly ask Gaurav sir. By the way, do tell me in the comment box, how was your paper? How was your paper? All the participants, did you enjoy doing this? How was your paper? How many questions did you attempt? How many questions did you attempt? And apart from that, do tell me more about maths. What kind of questions did you face? What kind of paper it was? From which chapters did you think that questions were easy? From which chapter do you think the questions were tough? Yes, I am saying good afternoon, everyone. You don't need my ashirwad. You don't need my blessings. You all are hardworking students. You all are great, amazing aspirants. You will do wonders in the exams. Have belief, have faith in your abilities. You will do amazingly well. Yes, so there is a question from physics. Ved, I am receiving the inputs that the paper was easy. A lot of students are saying so. So let me see how do we receive the inputs from these students here. Great, 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 great. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Perfect, brilliant. Now here, let me see whether Gaurav sir is ready or not. Let me receive whether Gaurav sir is giving me inputs or not. Otherwise, we'll continue with this. Sir, today's paper is easy. Yes, good afternoon. Sir, any tips for 6th of April students? I'll say paper keeps on changing its nature. If it was easy today in this shift, it may be terribly difficult in the next shift. So be ready with that. Be ready with that. Sir, जब आगे की क्या strategy होनी चाहिए? Please reply. For 8th of April, we cannot predict. We cannot predict. NTA is very, very finicky in nature. This is fickle-minded. Fickle-minded means it keeps on changing its nature. Sir, any tips for 6th? As I've discussed last time, I got 96 percentile. I'm scared and tensed. No worries, Siddharth. You'll do wonders. You'll do exceptionally well. You should have faith in yourself. Any tips for 4th April? Just be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Yes. All I'll say is charcoal is nothing but a piece of diamond is nothing but a piece of charcoal which handled pressure exceptionally well. So you all are our charcoals who are going to perform exceptionally well and do wonders and become the diamonds. Yes, yes, April 2 shift was moderate. Somebody saying that chemistry easy, physics moderate, maths lengthy. Of course, maths is lengthy. Maths is always lengthy. We all do know that. We all know that. Okay, so Sumit sir is ready. I am ending it. Let him come to the live. Great, 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 great. So Sumit sir is ready.
Let us see. First question on physics. हाँ हाँ they will end. They will end. वो अपने आप कर लेंगे. So am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Please mention if I am audible to you. If I am audible to you, please mention. Yeah. So we got the first question on physics. ये तो बोर्ड का सवाल है. Let us see which is board question. Yeah. This was the question that we were discussing. Which was the question? Dimensions of this. What is half epsilon naught E square? If you directly know the formula, doing this question will be very easy for you. If you don't know the formula, it will take for you the time. So we know half epsilon naught E square is energy density. It is energy density. Energy density due to electric field. Okay, so doesn't matter what is the cause of energy density. Energy density means energy divided by volume, joule per meter cube, as I was saying. So what is joule? Joule is M L2 T minus 2. This is the dimensions of energy. Force into distance, if you don't remember, like this, divided by the volume. Volume is meter cube. So what is the dimension now? M L to the power minus 1 T to the power minus 2. So let us come to the options M L to the power minus 1 and T to the power minus 2. Now the thing is, if you don't know the energy, if you don't know that this formula is for energy density, then you have to put the dimensions of epsilon naught and then you have to put the dimensions of E, then you have to solve. It will be a lengthier question then for you. So it is good option to remember the fundamental formulas. If you know the fundamental formulas, anybody can straightforward say, sir, this is the question of energy density, simply. Sir, I have a humble request. If you see a question from any chapter, then please share other important topics from the chapter. So as we at least go through those, although I know NTA is unpredictable. So beta, these I have mentioned already the important topics list. I have mentioned 40 important topic list. Now, I had mentioned that units and dimension you will get question. Yes, this is a question from units and dimension. This is the question. Somebody was saying, sir, you mentioned important topics. Will we get question from there? We are getting question from there. Units and dimension question this is. I had said that you will get a question from units and dimension. So the thing is, we know what is the important topics. Now beta, you have to prepare those important topics and do some question practice on those important topics. So let us invite Gaurav sir now for questions on chemistry. Yes, okay. So Gaurav sir, it's over to you.
Yes, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I started the stream. Chalo. Okay. Yes. So I hope everybody had a nice session. Hello, beta. Yes. So I have the first question with me. So I hope everybody who had their session today, they must have rocked their paper. Whatever questions I am getting till now, they are quite doable. So let us discuss this first question. Yeah. So it was moderate also, beta. I mean, you just put in what is your expectation that you are getting from chemistry. Sir, please help for chemistry beta. Obviously, we all our heart and soul we are applying over here just to at least make some improvement in your math in your marks. So, without further ado, let us start with the discussion of chemistry question. The first question that I'm having over here is a basic traditional questions from chemical bonding. The question says you have to give the correct order of increasing bond length. Now, bond length, sir, up from molecular orbital theory, what we rather do from molecular orbital theory, we just calculate bond order, and more be the bond order, shorter will be the bond length. But let me tell you one thing for this question. You do not have to apply MOT. Just by simple VBT you will be getting the answer. I'll tell you how. Obviously everybody knows oxygen has a bond order 2. Without even applying MOT, we can conclude with the fact that oxygen has a bond order 2. Now, if I give one electron to each oxygen, obviously this will be O minus and this will be O minus, which will lead to these O in form of in -1 oxidation state having only bond order 1. So this is what I'm assigning for that bond order. So without even applying MOT, you can definitely say this. So definitely oxygen with 2 minus will just have one bond order, and as bond order will decrease, bond length is definitely bound to increase. So this oxide has need to have the highest bond length, and similarly this oxygen, now you can obviously predict this with the attainment and the loss of electron. Like if oxygen is gaining one electron, then one oxygen will try to make bond order 1. So as you move from neutral version to highly charged version, the bond order tends to decrease, making the bond length increase. So definitely this shall be the trend. But yes, the basic MOT also you can definitely apply. What is the molecular orbital theory for oxygen? Sigma 1s, sigma asterisk 1s, sigma 2s, sigma asterisk 2s. After that, for oxygen, what you fill the sigma 2pz, considering z to be the molecular axis. After that, you fill pi 2px equals pi 2py. After that, you fill pi asterisk 2px equals pi asterisk 2py. And post that, you fill that sigma 2pz asterisk anti-bonding molecular orbital. So I hope everybody is I hope everybody in sync. Yeah, everybody is saying option A. So this was an easy peasy question for us. Let's see, I'll be having some more questions. Okay, but Deepen sir is ready for you. So let me bring some more chemistry questions for you. By the time, over to Deepen sir. Yes, and ions are definitely bigger. So I guess Deepen sir will be joining. Chalo, so by the time, let me see those comments. Okay, should I have to end from here?
here. If nothing is mentioned, I'll take this as a greater than b, because in that case, this is what it should have been mentioned over here. So if e square we know is 1 minus b square by a square, I hope you know that. So eccentricity is given by root 5 by 3, which means what? Square of root 5 by 3 will be 5 by 9. Everybody with me on this? B square by a square I take here, and 5 by 9 I shift there. So we get b square by a square as 1 minus 5 by 9, that is 4 by 9. Everybody with me on this? Of course, you can take b square as 4k to simplify this n square as 9k. Ratios we can take it like this. Here we are told that this ellipse passes through 3 comma 4, which means 3 square by a square, which is 9 by a square I'm taking as 9k, plus y square by b square. Y square is what? 4 square, which is 16 by what? 4k is equal to 1. Now I take this k and k, I shift it to the other side, so it becomes k. 9 by 9, that's 1. 16 by 4 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So we receive k as 5. So if I have received k as 5, what do we need? Sir, we need the value of the length of the lattice rectum. Since we are told a is greater than b, length of the lattice rectum will be 2b square by a. I hope you know that. So it will be 2b square. 2 into b square. B square is going to be what? 4 into k. 4k is what? 4 into 5. That is I think 4 into 5, that is 20, divided by a. A is 9 into 5. A square is 9 into 5, that is 45. It is a, so it should be root 45. 45 is 9 into 5, so it should be 3 root 5. If it is 3 root 5, here what do I have? What do I have? I think I'll simplify this. This is 20, which is 4 into 5. 20 can I replace by 4 into 5, and that 5 cancels this 5 and leaves you with a root 5. So my answer will be 8 root 5 by 3, which I think we are given in one of the options, option B. Amazingly easy. Amazingly easy. How many of you got this right? Do write me in the chat box, and then we'll move ahead. So I think I am done. Let me see who is ready. Anyone? Let me ask who is ready. Gaurav sir or Sumit sir? Anyone who's ready will be shifting it or giving it or handing it over to them. I think this is such an easy paper from maths perspective. You could have done it in less than 1 hour so far by looking at these questions, I can say so. And always it is a matter of selection of questions. It's not always a matter of selection of questions, but more importantly, rejection of questions, right? Okay, so Sumit sir is ready. I am ending it from my end. Great, 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 great. Okay, so let him join and start this.
Hello students, we are back. We are back with more questions on physics. Okay. So let us see which all questions we are having now. Let us exit. It's not exiting. Just a second. Exit. No. Okay. So we are having next question, and the topic on which this next question is Archimedes principle from fluids. Yeah. Archimedes principle from fluids. So we had a question on January shift also, and we are having an April shift also from Archimedes principle. Let us see which question it is. So this is our question. And yeah, a wooden cubic block of relative density 0.4 is floating on in water. Side of cubical block is given to us, that is 10. Okay, somebody is mentioning the question: a uniform rod of mass 2 kg and length this is rest on smooth horizontal surface. Impulse of this Newton is applied at 2 and okay, we will take this question. So let us do this first. A wooden cubical block of relative density this is floating in water. So the block is floating like this in water. Now when a coin is placed on the block, it dips 0.3 centimeter. Now a coin is placed. A coin is placed on this block. Let us take here. It further dips, and how much it dips? X centimeter. Let us take this. It dips by x, which is 0.3. Okay, so this is 0.3 centimeter. This much it dips. It means the weight of the coin is balanced by the buoyant force due to this much additional part, isn't it? This much additional part buoyant force is balancing the weight of the coin. Therefore, if the mass of the coin is m, I will say mg is equals to additional force due to water, or I'll say my additional buoyant force delta Fb. Now, mg is equal to, here what is the volume of this much part? The length is 0.3, so 0.3 into the area. Area is 10 into 10, this much centimeter cube. Convert this to meter cube, so 10 to the power minus 6. This is volume V in rho g. Okay, I am saying delta m is equal to delta V in rho g, like this. What is rho water? 10 to the power 3 into 10. I need weight. I need the value of mg only. So what it is? 10 to the power 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is getting cancelled. I am getting weight as 0.3 Newton. This is my weight. So weight is coming as 0.3 Newton, which is option 3. Which is option 3. Okay. Data is wrong, sir. It was numerically typed question and dip was 3.8 centimeter. Who is this? Amav. Okay, one student is mentioning that the data of this question is wrong. Thank you for telling that. Data of this question is wrong, and instead of 0.3 it was 0.38, 3.8 centimeter. Okay, okay beta. Thank you. Because these are memory based question, we can understand, you know, the data cannot be exactly precise. Okay, whatever the student will remember, he will tell. So if the data is a slight different, but still the method is the same. Okay, I hope you got the point. Yes. So in all the memory based questions, the data will not be exactly the same. Now let us see if we are having more questions on physics. Yeah, let us see. Yes, we are having one more question on physics. Let us discuss this also. So one more question on magnetic field, finding the magnetic field due to you can say these two types of loops. Let us import it. Sorry, let us import it. On magnetic field we are having, what is the question? What is the question? Yeah, this is our question. Let us see this question also. Now, here, consider two arrangement of wires. The ratio of magnetic field at center of the semicircular part is. Now, this is one arrangement, this is second arrangement. Let us find the magnetic field at center one by one. Is it same? Is it same? I think this portion is not there, should not be there. This should not be there. There is a mistake in the diagram. I think this is like this, huh? Yeah. This should not be there. It should be like this and it should be like this. Now let us find the magnetic field at center. If I say here the magnetic field at center is B1, due to this, how much it will be? It will be inside. It will be inside, and how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi into R. Inside you can say minus k cap. Due to this semicircle, due to complete circle, mu naught I by 2R. Due to semicircle and the current is going like this, it means inside only. So plus mu naught I by 4R. Due to complete it is 2R. Due to semicircle it is by 4R. Now due to this the magnetic field will be inside only. So and this much only, so into 2. So this is my B1. Now write B2 here. Due to this, I already wrote, that is mu naught I by, let me write here B2, here should I write B2. Okay, here I am saying B2. So due to this part, that is mu naught I by 4 pi into R, that is inside minus k cap. Then due to semicircle, I already wrote mu naught I by 4R, so plus mu naught I by 4R, and the direction is minus k cap. Now due to this straight part is passing through the center. it will not contribute to the magnetic field. So due to this portion, magnetic field is 0. So this is my B2, this is my B1. I need B1 by B2. Let us write. So mu naught I by 4R I am cancelling. Okay, mu naught I by 4R I am cancelling because that is common. Minus sign will also cancel, that is also common. From here I am getting 2 by pi. Here I am getting 2 by pi, and here I am getting plus 1 divided by. Here mu naught I by 4 pi r. Okay, it will become 1 by pi, then 1 by pi, and here it will become just 1 plus 1. Now what it is? This will become 2 plus pi divided by 1 plus pi. 2 plus pi divided by 1 plus pi, that is option 3. You got it? You got the point? Okay, easiest shift. Somebody is saying it was easiest shift. Okay, might be. Now let us see who is going next. Okay. Okay, so I think Gaurav sir is there. So Gaurav sir, the discussion is over to you. Okay, okay.
Yes, guys. So welcome back. I am again back with few easy chemistry questions. Hello, chemistry, easy. Yes. So this is also just like the physics question that you had is also quite doable. The same question we have discussed yesterday for the chemical kinetics. This is the most expected thing. The beauty of chemical kinetics is it is very predictable. They just ask regarding the Arrhenius equation. The rate constant is equal to the Arrhenius factor into exponential of minus E upon RT. So the same question considering first order kinetics. So for a first order reaction, rate constant at temperature 27 degrees Celsius. So in Kelvin it will be 300 Kelvin. The rate constant, let's say at this temperature, rate constant be K1. Now we are increasing the temperature to T degrees Celsius. So let's say it's capital T in terms of Kelvin. The first rate constant value is given as 1.5 into 10 raised to the power 3. The second one is given as 4.5 into 10 raised to the power 3. Obviously, if you increase the temperature, so rate will increase. Now, if activation energy is mentioned to be 60 kilojoule, now where the student make most of the problem is this is kilojoule. So SI unit you have to convert it in joule. The basic formula becomes ln of rate constant at higher temperature upon rate constant at initial temperature is equal to nothing but activation energy upon universal gas constant into 1 upon initial temperature minus 1 upon final temperature. The basic formula is used again and again. Just put the value. So this becomes log of K2 is nothing but 4.5. So 45 upon 15 because 10 raised power 3 will be gone. So 45 upon 15 is nothing but simply 3 is equal to value of EA is given out to be 60 into 10 raised to the power 3 upon 8.303. 8.314 into, because I'm converting this ln into log, therefore I'll get a multiplier of 2.303. The bracket will have the difference in temperature. The initial temperature that we have is nothing but 300. The higher temperature that we'll be having is T. Now everything is given, you just have to do the calculation. But yes, calculation will be this. I would rather definitely, because of the calculation, I'll not say this was an easy question, but yes, for all those students who have been practicing a lot, you can obviously practice over here also. The value of T will be coming around somewhere around 41 point something. So because you have to predict an answer, so answer will be definitely 21. Definitely answer will be some 41 point something. So because that something will be less lesser than 0.5, then now this is the problem actually, because most of the student with the haste of the calculation, they miss the basic point. Now this basic point is entirely on your practice, guys. So that's what I have been saying in my previous lives also, that yes, you have to be really very efficient with the calculation parts. So if you have been sincere and dedicated enough, then definitely you will be landing up with this question. Moving to the next one, the basic question from the chapter of amines, and I would rather say this is also a question from general organic chemistry. Yes, now this is a point of difference they have done from the January attempt, because in the January attempt they have strictly made a point that they were not asking about the steric inhibition to resonance topic. Now what does steric inhibition to resonance tells us? Like, for example, in this nitrogen, we definitely know the lone pair of nitrogen is delocalized into the ring. This is delocalized because of the resonance, but in order for the electron cloud to make a delocalization, there should be no crowding. Now as the ortho substitution is increased, like here the ortho substitution is increased to a larger extent, so delocalization of the pi cloud is hindered, and because of the hindrance, the plus R effect will not be operational. Now this is a logic that we know from general organic chemistry. I would rather say it is not a topic from amines. So again, they have combined the logic of general organic chemistry, and now you have to apply with the chapter of amines the NCERT fact, which says you have to write the correct rate of reaction with this diazonium chloride. So definitely we know this diazonium will act as a cation. Now this will act as an electrophile. So this electrophile will be in search of electron rich ring. The first ring, which is represented as R, is highly electron rich because of the plus R. It has got high electron density at ortho and para position. So the electrophile will be preferably taking and doing the coupling reaction. Remember the formation of those beautiful dyes. So at para position, the electrophile will be easily attacking, making the coupling reaction possible. And because of this coupling reaction, R will be most reactive. Now, because of steric inhibition to resonance, maximum happening at Q, so this will be least activated, and obviously this will be intermediate. So the most activated ring will be R, after that P, and definitely least will be Q. Yeah, perfect Arpan. Yes guys, everybody is saying correct. Now this is the I was just having two questions, so Deepen sir is ready for you.
Okay, so we are back with our discussion. I hope you can clearly see this question right there on the screen. Can you see this? Such an easy question again. Why do I say it again, time and again? Because these are some simple questions. How do we solve this? There are 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 given, and then we need to form a 7-digit number. And there the condition is at least once all are there. So everything should appear at least once. Great. So good to have you all. Now look at this question, students. Here, I need to form a 7-digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 7-digit number. Now in this 7-digit number, first of all, understand there will be two cases, because when all of this are supposed to appear at least once, which means 5 digits will be occupied by them. So 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits will be occupied by them. Now there are two cases. Which two cases? I am left with 2 digits. So if any of these 5 digits are occupied, I am left with 2 digits. Now these 2 digits could be fulfilled in two manners. Which two manners? Case 1, where any 2 distinct digits come. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there we have 2, 3. So case 1, where any 2 distinct digits are there. I hope you are understanding it. What about case 2? Case 2, when any digit gets repeated twice. So that digit was here already, and that digit is appearing 2 more times. That means that digit is appearing 3 times. I hope you are understanding it. Out of these 5 digits, if I take any digit, but that digit appears twice. So any single digit appears twice, 2 more times. I'll say instead of twice, 2 more times. So I hope you are getting it. One of the cases is, let's say here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 2, 3. Or the other case is here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's say 2 appears 2 more times. Did you understand both the cases? Now I hope it's pretty simple, it's pretty easy. Here, in the first case, I have 7 places which are to be fulfilled. So in the first case, when I have 7 places to be fulfilled, it will be done in 7 factorial ways. But pay attention, in these 7 factorial ways, what is happening is that 1, 2, 3, 4, I repeat, sorry, this 1, 4 and 5 are appearing once, but this 2 is appearing twice, this 3 is appearing twice. So 2 digits will appear twice. But again, you are missing something. Out of these 5 digits, I'm supposed to choose 2 digits. So out of those 5 available digits, in how many ways can I choose 2 digits? 5C2 ways. Everybody got this case 1? 7 factorial ways, number of ways of arranging it. Then I choose 2 digits, and those 2 more digits, with those 2 more digits, I get repetition of 2 digits each, which means 2 factorial will be dividing it. Or means addition. Now what happens in this case, students? I hope you're paying attention. This is again a case of 7 digits, can be rearranged in how many ways? 7 factorial ways. But this time, out of these 5 digits, I'll be choosing 1 digit. So that choosing or selection of 1 digit can be done in 5C1 ways. And here, pay attention to this part, one of the digits will appear thrice. One of the digits will appear thrice, which means here, I got to divide it by 3 factorial. Very lengthy. Is it a lengthy question, Ladri? Is it not an easy question? It is not lengthy. I'll show you the lengthiness. Length will come later. Don't worry about that. But here, I think, as we are receiving the questions, easier ones are luckily received by us initially. So this is which you can solve this. And I hope you all are good at solving this, or shall I do it? I hope you know how to expand this and this, and with that you can get the answer. The next question which comes is an interesting one based on trigonometric equations. Those who are constantly asking the trigonometric equations, whether it will be there or not, I'll show you this question. Is it? It is not. Is it not a live example right there in front of you? Sir, do questions repeat in every paper? Questions don't repeat with the same numerical values, but Shrikar, questions repeat. Conceptually, they do repeat. And with these questions, you get the idea that this is kind of paper they are throwing you in this attempt. So that prediction you can make with the basis of these analysis. Here, when you look at this particular one, what does it say? That x is from minus pi to pi. Okay, cool. We'll talk about that later. Sin x times sin x plus cos x is a. Okay, and we are told that a is an integer. Sir, NTA building confidence for all to crush in our shift. No, Vanta Valor, it will not happen like that. Just be prepared. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And even if it is tough, it will be tough for everyone. So why are you getting scared? If it gets tough, it will be tough for everyone. So cutoff drops. I hope you got my point, right? Now, here when we go ahead with this, what do we see? Here, when you are given this as a, now look at this part. Sin x, cos x. Let me simplify this expression first. So when I multiply this sin x inside, what I get is sin square x plus sin x cos x. I hope you are comfortable with that. Now, what I do is I multiply this by 2 in the numerator. So, of course, I got to divide it by 2 in the denominator. I'm simplifying this left-hand side of this expression first. So, here 2 sin square x. I hope you know 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta. 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. So, here 2 sin square x, I'll be substituting by 1 minus cos 2x. And this is 2 sin x cos x, which I can substitute by sin 2x whole divided by 2. Now, I hope this is something which we did discuss when we revised all the formula of mathematics. I did clearly tell you that here sin theta plus cos theta, a sin theta plus b cos theta, negative of 100 over a square plus b square to positive 100 over a square plus b square. Do you remember that trick here? So with that, I will say that, sir, this expression sin 2x plus minus cos 2x, it will lie from minus root 2 to root 2. So if 1 is added to into and then 2 is divided here, then it will have its range. This expression will lie between which two values? It will lie from 1, I hope you're understanding, minus root 2 by 2. It will be its lowest value, and 1 plus root 2 by root 2 will be its largest value. Everybody got this? Now please understand, what is root 2? It is approximately 1.4. So 1 minus 1.4 is approximately how much? Minus negative of something, and when it is divided by 2, it is negative of 0 point something like that. And from negative of 0 point something like that, it is how much? 1 plus 1.4, that is what? 2.4 divided by 2 is something greater than 1. So here, this value is somewhere from minus 0 point, let's say 4, I'm just taking an assumed value, to let's say 1.2. Now between minus 0.4 to 1.2, if I talk about this expression, if it takes only integral values, because on the right hand side you have an integer only. So LHS should also result into an integer, which means between minus 0.4, and 1.2 approximate values, I'll see two integers only, which are going to be 0 and 1. That's the tricky part in this question. So here, this LHS could be either 0 or 1. So those are going to be the two cases. First case, LHS could be 0, which means sin x times sin x plus cos x could be 0, or the second case, that sin x times sin x plus cos x could be 1. So I'll be solving it for these two cases now. Sir, I think I'm going to die. I will not do what to do. Very hard sheet. No, it is not. It is not tough. Trust me, it is easy. Can you able to guess trick? Yes, I am. I can. We all can. Sir, in exam pressure, we cannot think peacefully through. We can conceptually strong. I can understand that, Kalyani. I can understand that. So with that, I will say that if product of these two is 0, so either sin x will be 0, or I'll say sin x is equals to minus cos x, which means 10x should be minus 1. I hope you're understanding it. I repeat, sin x plus cos x is 0, which means sin x is equals to minus cos x, so 10x is minus 1. Or the second case, I hope now you can clearly see graphically as well, if you draw the graph of sin x, or even if you know it simply, that when you draw the graph of sin x, this is how you draw the graph of sin x between minus pi and pi. So between minus pi and pi, I hope you can clearly see sin x becomes zeros at these three values, minus pi, 0 and pi. So from here, I can see three solutions. I hope you are comfortably getting what I'm saying. So here I get three solutions, minus pi, 0 or pi. These are the three solutions I get from here. Everybody with me on this? Now what about this part, 10x to be minus 1? From minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Again, if I draw the graph, I hope you remember it. This is what? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. I hope no confusion on that. And this will be pi, and here it will be minus pi. So minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2 here, and pi by 2 to pi, this is here. What do we need? Sir, we want it to be minus 1. So it can be minus 1 either here or here. I hope you're understanding these 2 points. So again, it will be what? Pi by minus pi by 4 and pi by 2 plus pi by 4. I hope everybody is getting that. So that is going to be what? These two values. Which two values, students? One of the values will be minus pi by 4 and the other value will be pi minus pi by 4, which is of course 3 pi by 4. I hope everybody is comfortably understanding. Two values I get from here, which is what? Pi by 4 and 3 pi by 4. I hope so. 5 solutions I get from here, all the participants. Now let's talk about this part. I'll write it here that it will lie from what? 1 minus root 2 to 2, then 1 plus root 2 by 2. Then when we talk about this particular part, pay attention to this part, students here. Sin x, when I multiply inside, yes, this question is a little lengthy. Sin square x, sin x cos x, sin square x goes to the other side, so it becomes sin x cos x on the left hand side, and there on the right hand side it is 1 minus sin square x, which is cos square x. So cos square x, cos x, cos x, cos x can be cancelled, where you assume cos x to be 0, don't make root loss happen. So when cos x is cancelled, you are left with cos x to be 0. I hope you are understanding it. And with that, what you get is sin x is equals to cos x. So sin x upon cos x is what? 10x. So you receive 10x to be 1. So these are few more values which you receive. So again, few more solutions which you get. Everybody getting that, all the participants. So with that, few more solutions you'll receive, which is going to be what? 10x is equal to 1. 10x is equal to 1 means what? I will solve it for 10x is equals to 1. Again, there we know the graph. Although you know the direct values, general solution also you know. But even if you get confused, you know this is how the graphs are drawn. So 10x being 1, it is what? Did I make a mistake? I think I am making a mistake. Which mistake? Just correct me if I'm wrong. Here, this is not how the graph looks like. This is how the graph goes like, right? So 10x being 1 is attained at two values. One of the values will be this, minus pi plus pi by 4. This is the value where you attain 10x is equals to 1, and one of the values is pi by 4. So two values you get from here. Everybody, this is not hard. This is easy. This is easy, based on trigonometric equations. You all know how to do it. And then two values you get from here, minus pi plus pi by 4. That is going to be what? Minus pi plus pi by 4. This is minus 3 pi by 4. Everybody getting that? So two solutions I get from here, minus 3 pi by 4, comma what? Pi by 4. Two values of x I receive from here. And then cos x is 0. I hope you know all the odd multiples of pi. Which means what? If you don't get that, you can draw the graph as well. So this is how you draw the graph of cos x from minus pi. This is minus pi, this is pi. Everybody getting that? So from minus pi to pi, this is how you draw the graph. Now cos x becoming 0 at minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. So two more solutions you get from here. Two more solutions you get from here, which are going to be minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. So with that, 4, 6 and 3, 9 solutions will be there. Option C will be the correct answer. Give me a quick update on this. Everybody understood that? All the participants. Just ensure that it is not violated, which means no If no problem at all, no problem at all. Yes, it is great. So answer will be option C. Everybody understood that solution? Everybody. Let me ask who is ready. I think Sumit sir must be aligned. Let me check who's ready. Okay. So ending I am. Great. So I think Sumit sir or Gaurav sir, either of them will join. Great. Good. At home it is easy. Okay, I get.
Yes, guys. So that question from mathematics took time. Anshu. Yes. So sometimes you have to be quite selective in what to select and actually what to reject. As in reject, as in you should always attempt your paper in 2 rounds. The first round must be selection of all those questions who are easily doable, and then no matter you are landing up to a conclusion where you just have to do the calculation, but if it has exceeded a time frame of 3 minutes, so leave that calculation there only and later on come back to that question. That will help you to be a better time manager, and time management means everything, guys. So moving to few more questions. Now this is again a same question that we have encountered, like the one we have encountered during the January attempt. Although because this is a memory based question, so it is not for me it is also not very clear that what is the actual question the NTA has asked. The question says, the reading statement is very important. The question says calculate the number of isomers of molecular formula C5H10. So we definitely know C5 as in CnH2n, so degree of unsaturation du is definitely 1. So it can be a cyclic compound or it can be a alkene. Now statement 2 is saying that it does not decolorize Bayer's reagent, which is called alkaline KMNO4. That means it is not an alkene. So because it is not reacting with Bayer's reagent, that means it is not an alkene, which strongly suggests that this will definitely be a cycloalkane. But where is the point of difference is, it is just telling us calculate number of isomers. So if it is telling isomers and not specifying that structural or stereo, then we have to consider all the possible isomers. So actually, sir, I did it wrong. Okay, Manit. Okay, Roy said reload. Okay, so maybe beta, but actually it is asking all the isomers. Maybe it if because it is a memory based question. So if it was written, tell all the structural isomers. Sir, I did it wrong. Don't worry, beta. At least now come to a realization that where you have gone wrong. So I have to make cycloalkanes having 5 members. So first will be your simple cyclopentane. Then you can think of cyclobutane with a methyl branch. Whether this methyl branch can be accommodated somewhere else to give a structural isomer? No. So let us now move to cyclopropane. Now cyclopropane will have possibilities. What possibilities? One ethyl group over here, second maybe here. So anybody, any place will give you the same name. So this shall be the third structural possibility. Now this methyl group can also be accommodated on the same carbon. So this can be the other possibility. So definitely, yes. And after that, if the cyclic chain is having the ethyl group, so this shall be the other possibility. So how many structural possibilities I have, guys? 5. But these 5 are the structural possible isomers. Now we have not thought of stereoisomers, so we just have to check the actual question that whether it was asking total isomers. If it is asking total isomers, then you have to calculate those stereoisomers as well, and that is what I am predicting right now, because it is telling us calculate number of isomers. So for isomers per se, we have to consider all the possibilities. So what are the possible isomers? You have to count the stereoisomers as well. Somesh beta, it will be 5 when it is saying that only structural isomers, because it is not mentioning only structural. So we have to consider They asked only, okay, Venkat is saying they asked only structural isomers, then beta definitely 5 is an answer, but 5 will be an answer when they have asked only structural isomers. If they have asked all the isomers, then I'm giving answer for that also, because in that case this guy is going to play a huge role. Why? Because if it is a cis form, as in both the methyl group are on the same side, then it will rather have an element of symmetry. What element of symmetry? Sir, plane of symmetry. Therefore this shall be optically inactive, so this shall be optically inactive form. But its brother, which is a trans form, will not have any element of symmetry, and because it won't have any element of symmetry, so this transform will have one dextro form and one levo form of optically active pair. So this obviously will be the third one, but this will become the sixth and seventh one. So in that case your answer will be 7. But because Venkat and most of the students are saying they were specially questioning about the number of structural isomers, then your answer will be 5. So I hope we are done with this question also. So please teach how to calculate beta. That is what I'm telling you. For stereoisomers, you just have to think of the any element of symmetries is carried by that particular compound or not. Because none of the carbon is having any asymmetric center, only this guy, but not in the cis geometrical form. In the trans geometrical form, it is satisfying of having no element of symmetry, and therefore this will only become optically active, and because it has become optically active, so dextro and levo both will. So in that ways your answer will be 7 if all the stereoisomers are asked. So final answer is 8. No beta, final answer is 5 or 7. 5 when only structural isomers, 7 when all the possible structural isomers including stereoisomers are asked. Okay, chalo. Moving to the next question. The next question, if you have attended the rank booster mock test, I have been selecting this in case of biomolecules and the 20 essential and non-essential amino acids. This also in one of the mock test I have brought that beautiful NCERT page, because this question is an easy peasy question. If you know NCERT, and if you do not know, then you can never do such questions. What basic vitamin C everybody remember is this is nothing but ascorbic acid, so definitely one is C. So these two shall be your only possibilities. What many students also remember is about vitamin B2, because vitamin B2 is always riboflavin. This also many of the students remember, but you have to always remember the complete picture of NCERT, which will tell you vitamin B1 is nothing but thiamine and vitamin B6 is nothing but pyridoxine. So this you can only remember, although this becomes a very attemptable and an easy question with 2 as your answer, but it is easy for only those students who are religious enough with their NCERT. So everybody is putting answer 2. So all the very best, and my best wishes are with all those students, but you have to take wishes of NCERT as well, because that is your holy grail. Moving to the next question. Again, a question from general organic chemistry, but a rather very doable question, because we have been knowing this since class 10th, your basic organic chemistry chapter. You have to arrange the following functional group increasing order of their priority. We learned the priority list starting with carboxylic acid, then sulfonic acid, then carboxylic acid derivatives. So do you find any carboxylic acid derivative? Yes sir, this is amide. So obviously among the given, amide will be having the highest and the most senior priority. Every option is saying that only. After amide, after this acid derivative, this is ketone, this is aldehyde. Yes. After that, nitrile, because nitriles also has higher affinity than carbonyl group, so this is also given more priority. So this comes after amide. So after amide you get 4, so only one option got eliminated. After that, we definitely know aldehydes and ketones, but among them aldehyde is senior because it is more reactive towards nucleophilic addition. So after that aldehyde will come, so after that 3 will come. So this will rather give you the answer, because none of them is saying aldehyde. After that you will be getting ketone, after that you will be getting amine, and last will be the hydrocarbon, which is alkyne. So I hope 3 is your answer. Okay, so this is, let me see, I have some more questions or maybe, okay, Sumit.
Hello students, we are there with more questions on physics. Let us discuss more questions of physics we are having here. Just few seconds to upload, to open the files. Okay, sir, watching every paper analysis will be useful for my paper. Shikhar is saying, yes, of course it will be useful, because you are saying which questions are asked. Okay, similar type of questions will be asked. Few questions can be here and there, that is okay. But you can say the topics which are being asked, from those topics only the questions will be there. Few things are here and there, then it is okay. Okay, but everything will not change. Units and dimensions questions are there, they will be asked again. Photoelectric effect is asked, that will be asked again. Finding magnetic field is asked, that will be asked again. Error analysis is being asked, that will be asked again. Explain in Hindi. Actually this is an English channel, so we need to speak in English on this platform. Sir, please upload the video guess option, please, sir. Video guess options means, okay, how to guess options. Okay, in a question, how to use elimination method and all. Okay, let us discuss this question. I had discussed this. In a photoelectric experiment, the work function of metal is this, 3 electron volt. The maximum wavelength that can cause photoelectric effect is, maximum wavelength means the minimum energy. We know photoelectric effect equation is kinetic energy is equals to energy of the incoming photon minus the work function. When you take lambda to be maximum, means electron is having the minimum energy just coming out of the electron, kinetic energy is equals to 0 for that particular condition. So I'll say Hc by lambda naught is basically equals to phi naught. Lambda naught is equals to Hc by phi naught. Hc by phi naught. Now Hc value in electron volt is 12,400 electron volt angstrom divided by, what is the work function? Work function is 3 electron volt. 3 electron volt. Now you see this electron volt unit is getting cancelled, and if you do this, it will become 3, how much it will become? 3 into 4, sorry, 4133, yeah, 4133, nearly 4133, that is the third option, angstrom. Audio is fine. Reload once more. Is there any issue? Please mention. Is there any issue in the audio? Is there any issue in the audio? Can you please confirm? Sir, you did it, no? What is saying Neeladri? Next. I think this is a chemistry question. Okay, not a chemistry, physics question. In isobaric reversible process, diatomic gas, the ratio of delta Q is to delta U is to W. Now for isobaric process, I mentioned that thermodynamic process is an important topic in the list of 40 things I have mentioned there. Okay, so isobaric process, we know what is the work done. Work done is equals to NR delta T. What is Cp? What is Q? The heat given, that is NCp delta T. And this is a diatomic gas. So what is Cp? 7 by 2 R delta T. Then what is delta U? That is NCV delta T. What is CV? 5R by 2 N 5R by 2 delta T. Now take the ratio of delta Q is to delta U is to W. So NR delta T is common from the 3, that will get cancelled. So this will become 7 by 2 is to 5 by 2 is to 1. This is my Q is to delta U is to W. This is the ratio. So I'll say this is 7 is to 5 is to 2, which is second option. 7 is to 5 is to 2. So how many physics questions are there? 25 physics questions are there. From 25, let us see how many memory based we can fetch. Okay, we are getting from the central team. So let us see how many memory based questions we can fetch. We are targeting at least to discuss 20 questions out of 25. Next question on circular motion. Angular position theta and time t are related like this. Then angular acceleration at t is equals to 10 seconds. First find angular velocity, then find angular acceleration. How to find angular velocity? That is d theta by dt. That is d theta by dt. You all know this. So differentiate it. It will become 5 by 4 is constant. T to the power 4 differentiation is 4t cube minus 1 by 3 is constant. T cube differentiation is 3t square. So what it is now? 5t cube minus t square. This is my omega. I need alpha. What is alpha? D omega by dt. Again differentiate it. It will become 15 t square minus 2t. When I need at t is equals to 10 seconds. So put t is equals to 10 second. Put t is equals to 10 second. It will become 1500 minus 20. That is 1480 radian per second square. 1480 radian per second square. Sir, cheat codes, please. At least see understand the questions now. Okay, this is the right time to see which questions are asked, which topics are asked, how to solve those questions. Okay, so do these things. This will actually help you. Next is, for an ideal gas, Cp is given, Cv is given. Find work done by 1 mole of gas in adiabatic expansion when pressure reduces from 8 bar to 1 bar. Now here my pressure is changing from here to here. Initial temperature is given. I need to find work done in adiabatic process. So work in adiabatic process, we know Q is equals to 0. Work done is equals to minus delta U. So work done is equals to minus N CV delta T. Minus NCV delta T. And which gas it is? Cp is given, Cv is given, Cv is equals to 2R. So this is minus N into 2R into delta T. Delta T is my T final minus T initial. So what is initial? Initial is 140. What is final? I don't know. Okay, I need to find that. How to find the final temperature? The pressures P1 and P2 are related. Okay, initial temperature is given. I need to find the final temperature. We know PV to the power gamma is equals to constant. If PV to the power gamma is constant, I can write V as T by P. So this will become T to the power gamma divided by P to the power gamma minus 1. This is constant. Now, what is this initial temperature? 140. So 140 plus 273, we need to convert that to Kelvin. 7 plus 4 is 11. So this is basically 413. So T1 is 413 to the power gamma. Gamma is Cp by Cv 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 divided by P1 is 8 bar. 8 to the power 3 by 2 minus 1, 1 by 2 is equals to T2 to the power 3 by 2 divided by P1. What is that? 1 to the power 1 by 2. 1 to the power 1 by 2. So this you can say, what should I write? How should I write it? 8 to the power 1 by 2, or I can take the opposite. This I will square everything in this equation. So what will cancel? This by 2 things will get cancelled. I squared everything. Then take cube root of everything. This will get cancelled. This will get cancelled. This to the power 1 by 3. What is this to the power 1 by 3? That will become 2. So T2 comes out to be 413 divided by 2. T1 was 413. What is delta T? Delta T is equals to the difference of this final minus initial. So minus 413 by 2. This is my delta T. Now put it here. So this will become minus. What is N? 1 mole. 1 mole. So N is 1 into 2R. R is given to us. Okay, in terms of R, the options are there. So 2 into R into delta T is minus 413 by 2. So minus 413 divided by 2. So this by 2 part is getting cancelled here, and this will become plus 413 into R. Plus 413 into R. That is option 4th. Yes, option 4th. That's for isothermal, not adiabatic. Okay, somebody was saying P1 V1 is equals to, no, P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2, that is for isothermal process. For adiabatic, PV to the power gamma is constant. Gamma is Cp by Cv. From there, gamma is Cp by Cv. Remember it if you don't remember. Gamma is Cp by Cv, which is my 3 by 2. Okay, next question. Next question, YDSC. Yeah. From wave optics, I mentioned two things in the list of 40 topics. One was YDSC, another was the diffraction pattern. YDSC is asked. YDSC is asked. We know because the from the topics the question which every year they are asking, almost the questions will be from those topics only. Little bit plus one minus one is there, that is okay. Otherwise, we know what are the important topics and what you have to prepare. Anushka is giving this question. Let me take the screenshot of this question and let me type this question. Let me give to the typist to type this question. Wait a minute. This question was there, then again I was looking for this question and then it went. Okay. Let me, yeah. I took the screenshot of this question, Anushka, and yes, it will be typed in the PPT. I will take in the discussion, maybe in the next discussion. Okay, question. In YDSC experiment, wavelength of light used is 620 nanometer. Separation between slits is 0.2 mm. The angular fringe width is. I know the fringe width. What is that? Beta. What is the formula of beta? Lambda d by d. What is the angular fringe width? Angle will be beta divided by d. This is the angle. So lambda by d. So this is my angular fringe width. So what is lambda? Lambda is 620 nanometer. 620 nanometer means 10 to the power minus 9 divided by small d is 0.2 mm. 0.2 mm means 10 to the power minus 3. Now what it is? This is 10 to the power minus 4. So this will become 10 to the power minus 5 here. As 620 divided by 2 is 310. So 310 into 10 to the power minus 5 means 3.1 into 10 to the power minus 3. Second option. Yeah, option 2. Perfect. Simple formula based question. Now these type of questions should not be missed at any cost. This, some calculations were there. This is very easy. You know angular acceleration, angular position relationship. This is also another easy question. This was photoelectric effect. You already know. You have done so much practice for photoelectric effect questions. हिंदी में बोलो सर नोट्स की दुनिया इज सेइंग बेटा दिस चैनल इज PWJE English, so this is for English medium students. Yeah, single slit. This was a double slit. This was a double slit YDSC. Okay, single slit is also important. Okay, do diffraction also. Just the formulas. Don't go into detail of that. Just the formulas. So let us see if let us see if Deependra sir is there. हिंदी में बोलो सर नोट्स की दुनिया we are, you can say, English medium channel, so we will talk in English only.
So let's again begin with or get started with few more questions. Just give me a quick update. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all the participants. Great. Going ahead with that. Yes, let's get ahead with that. Somebody is saying that I could have topped in the shift. Yes, that's the spirit. Keep it up. So here, let's get started with this. This here is GIF of x. Let me just make you see that this is GIF of x and this is factorial. So it is e to the power x plus e to the power minus x, 0 to 3, then GIF of x. And the moment you see GIF of x, what you see is that yes, you simply got to split the limits. So GIF of x means what? I'll be splitting it from 0 to 1. Then I'll be splitting it from 1 to 2. And then I'll be splitting it from 2 to 3. That's it. The question is done. The question is absolutely done. We'll give our cutoff cutoff and percentile related data as well. Definitely. Great. That's good, Aman. Now from here, we know in the numerator it is e to the power x plus e to the power minus x. But here, GIF of x is 0. Between 0 and 1, but it is 0 factorial. 0 factorial is 1, so it will be 1 dx plus 1 to 2. GIF of x is 1, so it will be e to the power x plus e to the power. Yes, Sumit sir. Hello. Just give me a quick update, students. Am I clearly audible? All the participants? Just give me a quick confirmation. I think I have received a call from Sumit sir. I hope it's going great. All the participants. Question I think is now visible. It is e to the power x plus e to the power minus x in the numerator, and it is GIF of x factorial in the denominator. So it will be e to the power x plus e to the power minus x in the numerator, and then of course it is 1 to 2, which means the factorial 1 factorial, which is 1 again, plus 2 to 3. Again numerator will be same, e to the power x plus e to the power minus x. Of course dx will be there, and denominator is what? 2 factorial, and that we all know is 2. Do you not know the integration here? Do you not know the integration here? How easy this question was? Do you all not think so? here. I'll simply say e to the power x will be e to the power x, but integration of e to the power minus x will be minus e to the power minus x. You just got to put the limits. Can you do this question from here, students? E to the power x, again, minus e to the power minus x, the limits are 1 to 2. Then again, e to the power x minus e to the power minus x, the limits are going to be 2 to 3. Can I leave this question here? All the participants, you all know how to do it. Put the upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit, and there you get the answer by yourself. I hope it is doable. You will be do it from here. Can I skip this question at this stage? Now from here, when I go ahead, next question. Exact same question was asked by JEE Mains in the January attempt. So when we were doing those marathons, when we were showing you those questions, when we were practicing or revising those questions, Gaurav sir, Sumit sir and I, all three of us, we were constantly telling you that focus on these questions. Chances are high that some questions could directly be repeated. This is a question which is there as it is. I think, yes, I may have mistakenly not taken the denominator to here. Thank you so much for rectifying that. So there will be 2 here. Thank you so much. Great. Thank you so much for that correction. Otherwise, I think rest of the things will remain same. Here, let's focus on this question now. How do we solve this one? Pay attention to this part here. All I'll say is that if you could simplify this, of course, there is this multiplication and you can put a bracket here, although it is not needed. And through that, here, all I'll say is that here, just write its general term. And they have actually given you the general term here. If I wish to write its rth term, it will be x plus r minus 1 whole times x plus r plus 1. This is a little lengthy in its nature, where your r begins from 1 and it reaches till n. When you replace r by 1, it is x plus 0, which is x. When you replace r by 1, it is x plus 2. Sir, I did not. No 2 denominator, I did not understand. See, this is from 2 to 3. So 2 to 3, the GIF of 2 to 3 between any number between 2 to 3 is 2. And with that 2 factorial it is. And 2 factorial we all know is nothing but what? 2. So I'll have a 2 here. That's why I used a 2 here. Now getting back to this discussion, I hope you can see it very clearly. This is what we are given as 4n. Okay, so this is going to be a quadratic first of all. If you see the pattern, this is going to be a quadratic. And this quadratic has 2 roots, alpha and alpha plus 2. But the problem is there are 2 variables with which we are dealing with. One is x and other is n. And the third one is alpha. So the problem here is, instead of alpha and alpha plus 2, one of the roots is alpha, second root is alpha plus 2. What is the difference between the roots? In the January attempt, they directly told you that the roots are 2 consecutive even numbers. So here it is given as alpha and alpha plus 2. So the difference of the roots we are aware of. I repeat, difference of the roots means alpha plus 2. Alpha, the difference of the roots is 2. I repeat, I hope whenever we talk about difference of the roots, that is alpha minus beta, I hope you remember, that is always given by root d upon mod a. But first of all, I got to write the quadratic, which is going to take some time. Of course, it is a little lengthy in terms of calculation, but it is again doable. In the second pass, you should have done this question. Now, let's work on this result. Let's work on simplifying this quadratic first. So here, I'll say summation r1 to n is given. X into x will give me x square here. Then, of course, x into r plus 1 will be rx plus x. Then x into r minus 1 will again be rx minus x. Then r plus 1 into r minus 1. How that general form came? I think it was written there. X plus n minus 1 into x plus n plus 1. They have given you the nth term. So if nth term was given, I wrote the rth term. They have given you the hint in the question only. So there we were with r minus 1 into r plus 1. That gives you r square minus 1. Just give me a quick update on this. Everybody got this conclusion. And this is summation where r is from 1 to n. Everybody with me on this? Yes. Great. Perfect. Brilliant. With that, I now will simplify this, and then when I do this, what do I get? This rx, this x and x are cancelled. So I am left with few things or terms which are going to be what? X square, then rx plus rx is 2rx, so that is 2rx. Then what do I get next is r square minus 1. So this r square minus 1 is what we get next. And there it is summation. So we know summation gets splitted. I hope you are understanding it. So here I'll be putting a summation here, and on the right hand side it is 4n. Can I remove this part? I hope you are okay if I do so. Here summation got distributed. Yes, great. So from here, when I go ahead with this summation over x square, so this r is from the value 1 to n. So r is variable. So x square is added n times. So that gives you n x square. Now here, forget this x, forget this 2. This is r. So you will have 2x outside. And when r goes from 1 to n, that means 1 plus 2 plus 3. First n natural number sum, that is n plus 1 divided by 2. So this 2 gets cancelled and you are left with n plus 1 times x. Everybody with me on this so far, students? Now here, what do I next is r square minus 1. So r square, which means sum of first n natural numbers squares, that is what? n plus 1, 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So here it will be n plus 1, 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. With minus 1, r is from 1 to n, which means what? 1, 1, 1 n times, that is minus n. I hope you got this. And 4n is there on the right hand side. So when I bring this 4n on the left hand side, it gives you minus 4n is equal to 0. Just give me a quick update on this. Everybody got this? Let me just cross check it. Nx square, then n plus 1 by 2. This is n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6, minus 1 and minus 4n. Great. Now, when I simplify this quadratic, what do I get? Let me just simplify this very quickly. This part is already sorted. This part will be working upon. So can I say this minus n minus 4n can be replaced by minus 5n is equal to 0. One more thing I'm interested in doing is, which part, Anushka? I'm just simplifying this. So this 6 when multiplied to minus 5, this gives you minus 30n. So here you will have minus 30n in the numerator divided by 6 is equal to 0. All I got to do is simplify this. Now simplification will take some time. Yes, simplification will take some time. So here I got to multiply this inside, and this 6, I should multiply it by 6 on all the three sides, on the both sides. So here this becomes 6n square, 6nx square. This is 6n plus 1x, and this 6 vanishes from here. I hope you are getting what I'm doing. Now this n plus 1 becomes what? N square plus n. This n plus 1 becomes what? N square plus n. Now n square plus n, when I multiply with 2n plus 1, what do I get? I'll write it here. 6nx square plus 6n n plus 1 times x plus. Now pay attention to this part. I'm multiplying this n square into 2n. That gives you 2n cube. Right, n square into 1, that gives you n square into 2n, that is 2n square, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is plus n, minus 30n is equal to 0. So that has been taking a lot of time. Yes, calculation wise it is lengthy in nature. I hope it is simplified, very much simplified. 2n cube, then n square plus 2n square plus n minus 30n. So here n minus 30n will be minus 29n. It will be, sorry, yes, it will be minus 29n. I hope you all are there, listening, watching and understanding. So it should be minus 29n. And here n square plus 2n square will give you 3n square. So this will make it 3n square. So this will be plus 3n square is equal to 0. Everybody got this result? One more thing you could have done is, sir, n can be taken common. So when I take these n's common, what I finally get is 6x square plus 6n plus 1 times x plus. Now pay attention to this part. This becomes a quadratic 2n square plus 3n minus 29 is equal to 0. So this is what we have received. Everybody understood this much part, all the participants. Now we'll focus on this part. Which part, students? When we were told that its roots were alpha and alpha plus 2. Its roots were alpha and alpha plus 2. So if its roots were alpha and alpha plus 2, we know the difference between the roots. So alpha plus 2 minus alpha, that is 2. Difference between the roots is under root d upon mod a. I hope you all are listening and understanding. Sum of the roots is faster. How do we solve it? Can you not simplify this first? It will take some time. And if you have any other approach, go ahead with that. I will really love to see that. We'll love to hear it from you. Now from here, what I'll say is root to d. Root to d will be b square minus 4ac. So b square is what? 36 times n plus 1 whole square minus 4. A is what? 6 into c. C is going to be 2n square plus 3n minus 29. And you've got to put an under root over here. I hope you're understanding it. Everybody with me on this. Root d upon what? 2a. 2a is going to be, sorry, root d upon mod a. Mod a means what? Mod of 6, which is 6 only. I hope no confusion on that. 6 when multiplied with 2 gives you what? Gives you what? 12. And if I square both these sides, what do I get? I get 144 is equal to this expression, which will again take some time in simplifying this, because here what I could have done is 36, 6, 4. How much I can take common? Can I take 9 common? Because 6, no, I cannot take 9 common. So I'll have to simplify this. The best you could have done is, I think, 4 here and 4 here. I think you could have taken 4 common at least, because this is when you take 4 common from here. 4 and 4, this 2 comes outside. Okay, I'm squaring it on both the sides, so let me do that first. So it will be 36 times n square plus 1 plus 2n. Everybody with me on this? And this is 4 into 6, I'll keep it like 4 into 6 only, times 2n square plus 3n minus 29. Everybody with me on this, all the participants. Now when I cancel or simplify this by 4, here this 4 gives me a 9 here, this 4 vanishes, and 4 when divides it, 4 into 3 is 12, then you are left with 2, 24, 4 into 6 is 24. I hope you got this. Apart from that, I think it could have been cancelled by 6 as well. So 12, I could see that. Okay. 6, no, 3 I can cancel it by. So 3 means what? It gives me 12 here, it gives me a 3 here, and it gives me a 2 here. So calculation wise, that is lengthy. So here, when you simplify this, on the left hand side, it is 12. On the right hand side, it is 3n square plus 3 plus 6n minus 2 into 2, that is 4n square. Then you have 2 into 3, that is minus 6n, and 2 into 29, that is double of 30, that is 60. So it should be 58, but it should be plus 58. Correct me if I'm wrong. Minus 2n, minus 4n square, minus 6n, plus 58. Now when I shift everything on one side, or let me bring everything on the left hand side, what do I get? I get 4n square comes here. So 3n square minus 4n square, that is minus n square, comes here, it becomes n square. Then you have 6n minus 6n, so that vanishes. That's the best thing which has happened. Perfect, brilliant. I push this 12 to the other side. So here what do I get? Here what do I get? 3 minus 12, that I think is minus 9. Correct me if I'm wrong. So 58 minus 9, I think that's 49. So that's 49. So n square is 49. So n is clearly going to be 7. It will not be plus minus 7. So we receive the value of n. Sir, just substitute the roots in the equation and minus both the equations. Okay, Krishna, that is also one of the methods you should have used. Brilliant, perfect, great. So with that, n we have received as 7 with some calculation. One of the methods could be, yes, Krishna, you're suggesting it right. One thing you could have done is that you substitute alpha in this equation, and then you could have substituted alpha plus 2 in this equation. And then with that difference also, you could have gotten the answer. I think there also we could have gotten n. Now, sum of the roots minus b by a, so 2a plus 2. Why will it be 2a plus 2? Because you got to multiply all these terms because it is a quadratic, right? Now from here, we have got an n to be 7. Now once you have got an n to be 7, now I think with n, you can crack alpha. Now with n, you can crack alpha, and with alpha, I think you have gotten the value of alpha and 2a, 2 alpha and n both. I hope you got this. I hope from here, with n, you can crack alpha as well, because you had the quadratic initially, the general form. When you solve that quadratic for n being 7, you get alpha and alpha plus 2. Will you do that part by yourself? Everybody with me on this? You simply got to solve that quadratic now, because with that, it will be solved. Or rather, one of the methods is you need to find 2 alpha. So 2 alpha means what? If I add both of these, which means what? 2 alpha plus 2. So from that sum of the roots, if I subtract 2, that also will give me the final answer. So I hope from here you'll do it. Sir, is this question with memory based? Yes, it is the memory based paper. This is not what NTA has released. Let's focus on this question. In the revision session of all the formula of mathematics, we did discuss this formula. What was this formula? I hope you remember sine theta into sine 60 minus theta into sine 60 plus theta. I hope you remember that. Do you remember that? I hope you do remember that. It is always 4 sine 3 theta. Do you remember that? We did discuss this formula there. Now with that, what I do here is, I hope simply I'll use this version. What do I say here? Sine pi by 18. So that is sine pi by 18. I don't touch it at all. I hope understanding 60 means pi by 3. So can I replace 5 pi by 18 as pi by 3 minus pi by 18. I hope you are paying attention with this. This is clearly going to be 5 pi by 18, and there another part sine pi by 3 minus, am I making any mistake? I think I am writing this inequality incorrectly. It is what? 4 sine theta, sine 60 minus theta, sine 60 plus theta is sine 3 theta, because there it is sine 3 theta by 4. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, I'm really sorry. That's good. Sine k avi. That's good. Thank you so much for that correction. So it will be pi by 3 minus what? Pi by 18. Correct me if I'm wrong. And with that, sine theta, sine 60 minus theta, sine 60 plus theta, we all know is sine 3 theta by 4. Sine 3 theta. Sine 3 theta. What is theta here? Theta, mind you, students, is pi by 18. So sine 3 theta is 3 pi by 18. That is pi by 6. So it will be sine pi by 6 divided by 4. And from here, you can get the answer within seconds. Great, 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 great. Thank you so much for being so hopeful and optimistic. Ekaf or Mishal, here. I hope you can solve this question from here. Now, when I go ahead with this question, again an interesting one, again a brilliant one. You might call it lengthy, but it is again a very good one, a very insightful one. Yes, 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 yes. Good, Adityan. Now here, Sin x upon x is modulus is given. When x is not 0, when x is 0, it is 1. Total number of critical points. I hope you know critical points means what? Sir, if f dash x is 0, wherever f dash x is 0, that's the critical point. But there you miss one thing. Sir, wherever you see dy by dx or f dash x to be not defined, those points are also those points are also where your curve, where your function is having the number of critical points. Those critical points are there as well. So wherever dy by dx is not defined, at those values of x also you find the critical points. Were you aware of this definition? So first of all, I'll do one thing. I'll first of all find derivative of it and I'll put it equal to 0. One approach. Second idea which you got to apply is here with this approach is that you got to check its differentiability. Now with this modulus function coming into picture, we know modulus, wherever it becomes 0, there it takes a sharp turn. So where does sin x upon x becomes 0, which means sin x becomes 0. Sin x becomes 0 between minus 2 to pi to 2 pi at minus pi, 0 and pi, because it is open interval. So two things I'll be doing here. I'll be checking its differentiability at minus pi, 0 and pi. I got to check its differentiability at these 3 points. And along with this, I'll differentiate this function and put it equal to 0. Everybody got that? So two things I'll be doing here. I hope there is no confusion on that front. Now, if I differentiate it and put it equal to 0, since it is mod, when you do the derivative of mod x, it is mod x upon x. I hope you remember that. So there, that x vanishes because when you put it f dash x is equal to 0, the denominator 1 goes to the other side, becomes 0. So I'll simply remove this modulus and differentiate it. So quotient rule I'll be using. So in the denominator, you get x square. Then derivative of the numerator, so sin x becomes cos x. Denominator as it is minus numerator as it is, which is sin x, and derivative of x, which is 1, and this we put equal to 0. Now when I put it equal to 0, x square vanishes. So x cos x minus sin x becomes 0, which means x cos x becomes a sin x, which means x becomes 10x. So whenever we deal with this category of questions, I hope you do remember, we simply take it like what? We solve it with the help of graphs. So graphically, if I were to solve it, I'll take the graph of 10x from minus 2 pi to 2 pi, from minus 2 pi to 2 pi. Pay attention to that. So this is your graph. This is minus, this is plus pi by 2. Then of course, this is pi. So this is how it goes like. And then this is what? Minus pi by 2 pi, 3 pi by 2. There you have 2 pi. So this is how your graph is drawn. I hope you're comfortably understanding that. Similarly, you will have this graph drawn like this as well, here as well. So here you will have this graph drawn like this. Everybody listening and understanding this? No confusion on that front. Now when I talk about this curve, x is equal to 10x. Where am I testing or checking it? I am testing and checking it between minus 2 pi to 2 pi. I hope you're understanding it comfortably. So when I go ahead and check it or test it here, this is curve y is equals to x. So if I draw this curve y is equals to x, how do we draw this graph? I think the graph is drawn somewhat like this. This is where they are equal. This is where they are equal and they go like this. So this is how it will go like this. Everybody with me on this? And here, this is how the graph goes like this. Of course, this is minus pi by 2. This is minus pi. And when you go ahead further, this is minus 3 pi by 2. And there you will see this is what? This is minus 3 pi by 2 and this is minus 2 pi. So here the graph will be like this. So when you look ahead, when you check this part, I hope from here, x is equal to 10x. Between what? Between minus 2 pi to 2 pi. I hope you all are there. So when I talk about this result, we can clearly see that it is becoming equal. X and 10x are at this point, and this point. 3 points I'm receiving from here. Everybody understood that part? So 3 points between minus 2 pi and 2 pi we receive from here. Did you all get that part, students? Now from here, so 3 points we have received from here. No confusion on that. All the participants, everybody got that. So 3 points where f dash x became 0. So 3 points I have already gotten or received. Then when you talk about checking its differentiability at minus pi, 0 and pi, what happens here? I hope you are understanding. I'll check its left-hand derivative at 0, right-hand derivative at 0, left-hand derivative at minus pi, right-hand derivative at minus pi, left-hand derivative at pi, and right-hand derivative at pi. So 3 things I'll do. I'll do it for one, rest of the 2 will you do by yourself. So I'm checking its left-hand derivative at 0. So I hope you understand. F of a plus h, that is f of 0 plus h, that is f of h minus f of 0 upon h, 0 plus h minus 0, that is h, where h approaches 0. That will be your left-hand derivative, sorry, that will be your right-hand derivative. I hope you got that. And when you talk about left-hand derivative, when x approaches 0, it will be f of 0 minus h. I hope you're understanding that is f of minus h minus f of 0 divided by 0 minus h minus 0, that is minus h, and again when h approaches 0. Everybody with me on this? Now let's talk about this result very quickly. F of h. So when x is around 0, that means this definition is needed to be used. So it is mod of sin x upon x. And sin x and x both are positive, so mod can be removed directly. F of 0 is given as 1 divided by h. So this will be sin h actually, sin h, and h, limit h approaches 0. Everybody comfortably understanding this? All the participants. Now from here, great roll the world. Now from here, I hope you are clearly seeing that this becomes what? This is something, this is clearly sin h upon h, and this is h. So when you simplify this, this becomes sin h minus h. If you simplify this first, it becomes sin s minus h upon this, which can be simplified further. You could have directly written it as this sin h upon h minus 1. So there, I hope you are seeing it clearly. This is 1 minus 1. This is 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 upon something substantial is clearly 0 because this is something substantial, right? So this is approaching 0 from the left hand side, sorry, from the right hand side. Now when you talk about the left hand derivative means what? I hope you are getting it. If you are seeing it to be 0 by 0 form, you can apply L'Hopital rule as well. Through that also you could have gotten the answer. If you are thinking that, sir, how do we apply L'Hopital? It will be sin h minus h upon h, but that h gets multiplied with this, so this becomes h square, and this is clearly a 0 by 0 form, and there you could have used L'Hopital. So with L'Hopital also you could have gotten the answer. Everybody understood that? I hope with L'Hopital what you get is sin h becomes cos h, and this becomes 1, h square becomes 2h. Again, when h approaches 0, this is 1 minus 1, so 0 by 0 form. Again, when I differentiate this, cos h becomes minus sin h, and this becomes 2. So this approaches 0 now. I hope you're understanding it. So with that, right hand derivative, no, it's not 1, it is 0, because sin 0 upon 2. So right hand derivative became 0. Everybody got this? Now when I talk about left hand derivative means what? F of minus h. So sin of minus h upon minus h, minus common, so this is sin h upon h, where h is approaching 0, very small positive quantity. So modulus gets removed. Again it is what? Sin h upon h minus f of 0. F of 0 we have already received as 1. This is minus h. Again the same thing. Yes, with that, I think when you apply limit h approaches 0, you will simply have minus 2 in the denominator, or rather it will be sin h upon 2 ultimately when you do that L'Hopital, and with that it will also be approaching 0. So LHD and RHD both are 0. That means it is differentiable at 0. Left hand derivative and right hand derivative are 0, which means they are same. So it is differentiable at 0. If we say that it is non-differentiable, there I got to check it for minus pi and pi as well. So I'm checking it for 0. I'm leaving it for minus pi and pi, which you do by yourself. So now 2 points are remaining, or 2 points are left. You check its differentiability at minus pi. You check its differentiability at pi. 2 points you got to check by yourself. Will you do that? Everybody got this? Great. Now from here, when I go ahead or move towards the next question, do we have one more? Yes, great. Another question. Again, an easy one. They may have introduced some calculation or some length with that. What is it? Here it says, consider two APs such that AP1 has first term as 1, common difference is 5. So first AP has first term as 1. Common difference is 5 means what? 1 plus 5 is 6, and so on. What about second AP? Second AP as what? Second AP has first term as 9. Great. Common difference is 7. So 9 plus 1 is 16, and so on. Right. So, and total term 71. So this has total 101 terms, and this has total 71 terms. Getting it, everyone? Now what are we given next? We are told then the number of common terms which appear in both of these APs. I hope you remember the technique for this. Now here what I'll say is, first of all, let's find some common terms. So with that, here the common difference is 5, which means what? 6 plus 5 is 11, 11, 5 plus 16. So first common term from both of these is going to be 16. Everybody got that? Now I got to go ahead further with this, because here I hope you remember, common difference of first AP is 5, common difference of second AP is 7. So LCM is what I will take. That will be the common difference of the common AP. So LCM of 5 and 7, I hope you remember, is going to be what? They are co-primes, so 7 into 5 is 35. So common difference is going to be 35. That is going to be the common difference of the common AP. So I repeat, the first term of the common AP is 16. The first term of the common difference of the common AP is 35. With that, this has 71 terms, this has 101 terms. Now pay attention. I will now find its nth term. And that nth term should be less than the terms which I'm going to get here. Now, one thing is clear. I hope you're understanding. Let me find its 101th term. So if I write its 101th term, what will it be? So it will be 1a plus n minus 1, that is 100, into d. What was d? D was 5, so it is 500. So it will be 501. Did you get that? So it will end at 501. Now here, it has 71 terms. 71 terms means what? A plus n minus 1. N is what? 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 into what? D. Oh, sorry. Sorry. N minus 1, 71 terms. N minus 1 is 70 into D. Common difference is 7. So 7 into 7 is what? 490. So this is 490 plus 9. That is 499. So the last term in the sequence will be less than 499 or equal to 499, the common terms we are making. So it was easy initially, the kind of questions we received. Now the questions are moderate because they are still easy, but they are lengthy. They consume a lot of time, and maths does it. With the maths, you see a lot of time gets consumed. So with that 501 and 499, I'll write the nth term here. So nth term will be given by A plus n minus 1 into d, and this should be less than 499. So whatever value of n you get by solving this will be your final answer. Yes, so with that you see 499 minus 16, so n minus 1 will be less than equal to 499 minus 16 divided by 35. How much that be? 499 minus 16. So if it is 500 minus 16, the answer would have been what? 484, but it is 499, so it is 483. I hope you're understanding it. So it should be 483 by 35. Can I quickly use the calculator to get the final answer? Because 483 by 35 is what I'll do. So 483 by 35. Let me quickly do this. 483 by 35. I think it is 13.8. So this is approximately 13.8. So there will be total 13 common terms. Option D. Everybody understood that? No, n will not be 14. It should be less than equal to this, which means 13 will be the final answer. Did you all get that? Can I move ahead from here? So we are done with the questions. Let me hand it over to either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir, whoever is ready. Okay, so let me just get a confirmation. By the way, sir, if every country has money printing machine, then why do countries become poor? Adityan, good question. Because money is printed based on your reserves, the gold reserves and the kind of assets your country has. Very poor knowledge. Good.
Yes, guys. So you must be solving those mathematics question with great enthusiasm, because in your paper also, beta, this thing you have to make sure that in some session you will be getting easy, relatively better mathematics. In some you will maybe getting better physics to attempt. And one thing I would rather say for the chemistry paper which I have been seeing till date, I mean the questions that have come in the first 2nd April, the first attempt, very easy, beta. I mean, chemistry, the overall marks for this session particularly is going to be very high, because chemistry is very, very attemptable. So it would be a crime of not doing these questions correctly. If you would have attended our mock test, the 12 rank booster mock test series, along with the lives that we had, the yesterday live that we had for chemistry, I mean, it was filled with those logics. The 25 questions which I have selected were actually helping most of the students, if because this is a memory based paper, so even I am doubting that some of the students may not be recollecting the complete question. So the NTA ने कुछ तो अच्छा ही पूछा होगा, because the question what the students are communicating through our team, they are not, I mean, very easy. So if it is the case, then your attempt, your marks is going to be very high. Chemistry percentile, people are going to score more than 90, I guess, for having a percentile of 99 plus in chemistry. So because this session is very easy for chemistry, essentially I'm talking. Moving to the few questions I have got for you. The first question is the classic question, the traditional question from coordination compounds. Sir, watching every paper analysis, yes, Shrikar, beta, it will not be useful. It will be rockingly useful because you will be segregating whole of the chemistry in a nutshell. So yes, definitely. So paper white gaming is answering also, and okay. Shrikar, hello. Okay. Chalo beta. Arrange the following complex in increasing order of crystal field splitting energy. So crystal field splitting energy depends upon, sir, it depends upon the Z effective nuclear charge of the metal, the charge upon size ratio of the metal ion, because every complex is using chromium, and chromium in every complex is present in, I guess, +3 oxidation state. So metal will not make any difference. So metal charge density is same. So it is not regarded. So the traditional case, we attempt the type of questions through the splitting, which ligands objectify the metal cation. The degeneracy of the metal cation is broken with the strength of the ligand. Who is being the strongest ligand will bring the highest splitting. Traditionally, carbonyl is the strongest, but not there in the options. Obviously, cyanide Cn minus will be the strongest ligand. That means A will be having highest splitting, and therefore this is easy peasy an answer for us. After that, ethylene diamine should come second. After that, ammonia should come, and the last will be halogens. Obviously, everybody is answering correctly. Moving to the next question. Now, this question I would rather say again is a NCRT fact. So, if you would be coming to our classes, if you would be joining us in the batches, so these, instead of Dhoni and Tendulkar's poster for your chemistry classes, for your JEE attempt, for your NEET attempt, you should paste such posters. These are some common posters you should have in your room, because once you see the pictures, things become very easy for you to recollect, because learning these color of the flame will never be easy. But yes, if you bring them in front of your eyes, maybe like a periodic table, so these posters are very helpful. Why they are helpful? Because look at the question: which compounds gives apple bream color? So, but sir, block chemistry has been removed from syllabus of NTA, from NCRT also, but still this is S block logic. But actually, if you are a class 12 student, then you have must given your practical examination, and during those practical examinations, you are supposed to know the flame test coloration of the element. So this is NCRT lab manual content, beta. Although block chemistry has been removed, but still you have got the 30 marks of your CBSE paper, of any of your class state board examinations. Also, you have to need to have the practical examination. So the practical examination should be conducted on what text? It should be conducted as per the lab manual, and lab manual was having the dye test, the flame test coloration. So barium cation, barium +2 cation categorically gives this apple green color. Barium cation categorically, yes, you have to know such colors. So therefore these posters are better for you instead of that cricketers or maybe actors. So you should not keep those posters with you till date. You should have such posters, because this barium is definitely apple green. Talking about manganese, manganese is also greenish but yellowish green, very light green, so definitely not an answer. Obviously we have an answer, I'm just giving you details. Calcium is beautifully brick red color, you can see that brick red color also. This is calcium, showing that redness, that yellowish redness, the brick redness color. And aluminium is generally not some metallic grayish, or sometimes even if the flame is oxidizing, then it is even colorless. So obviously our answer is beautifully option 1, but giving you details also, because most of you will be having your paper in the later sessions. Moving to the question from, I guess, GOC. So it is asking that in the given compound, the electrophile attack will be favored. Sir, electrophile is electron deficient, so it will be in love of electron. This ring is connected with carbonyl group, which is electron withdrawing due to its -R nature. So it will rather bring positivity at ortho and para position. Therefore, it will remove electron density. The nitrogen lone pair will definitely offer the electrons to the ring, so it will act as a plus R group. So this will rather increase electron density at ortho and para position. Magnitude of electron density at R and S both are high, so R and S will be the preferred position for electrophile to attack. But yes, because R is relatively more hindered, and hence your most appropriate answer will be obviously S. I hope everybody is clear with this as well. You have time to master Tukka strategy. No, beta, Tukka strategy never works. It never ever works. So kindly make yourself please comfortable with the fact that if you are doing a Tukka, if at all with it is landing you with -5 marks, because anyway you are not getting those 4 marks, so ultimately you are getting more -1 out of it. So that is no strategy, beta. It is just gambling with your life. So don't gamble actually. Chalo. I am getting 30-40 in physics and maths. How to improve? I have exam on April 4th. Beta, attempt these questions as much as you can. After that, the area where are you feeling that you are not comfortable, kindly go back maybe to the PYQs from that area and try to attempt those questions. Yes, always land up with an answer. Do not leave question in between, because yes, calculation is the thing which will make the difference between a general student and a 99 percentiler. Huh. Okay. So ortho effect, sir. Beta, ortho whenever, like the question we have discussed, whenever you have a highly bulky group present at the ortho position with respect to carboxylic acid and with respect to amine, then their lone pair cloud can't be delocalized in the ring, because the lone pair delocalization is hindered. It is crowded, therefore they do not allow the electrons to come, because they repel the electron cloud, and hence the resonance is not observed. This is actually known as ortho effect. Sir, my session on 5th, for that you can you suggest me? I am finding not to study irritating. Please help me, sir. Beta, do not study as such. Practice. लेकिन सर practice कैसे करूँ? आता ही नहीं कुछ. Go to the direct questions. The yesterday live, Deepen sir, Sumit sir, I have taken 50 questions, top questions. The live we are discussing probable questions also, PYQs also for practice, and we are discussing them including the relevant theory. So in that ways you will be learning the theory also, and you will be getting questions. You will be solving questions also. So that is the only job you can do at this point of time. Moving to the next one. Next question says 1 mole of alkane react with 8 mole of oxygen. The molecular formula of alkane is. Now a very basic question from stoichiometry. Sir, I have to read NCERT or anything? No, don't know NCERT. Beta, not theory reading won't help at this point of time. What actually will help, the helping part will be actually doing the most probable questions, practicing more PYQs around them, and then solving questions by yourself, because that will give you confidence. So 1 mole of alkane. So what is alkane, guys? Alkane is CN H2N plus 2. So this way I'm just including one variable. If it reacts with oxygen, then obviously it is going to produce CO2 and H2O. How to balance the reaction? Let's say this is 1. I do not know how much oxygen, so stoichiometrically I have N carbon over here, so N carbon will come over here. What about hydrogen, sir? So I have 2n plus 2. So rather, I'll just multiply n plus 1. Now, what about oxygen? So here 2n and this is 2n and this is n plus 1. That is 3n plus 1. But I have to divide by 2. So 3n plus 1 divide by 2. So ultimately, through stoichiometry, I know 1 mole of this will react with this much moles of this, and moles of this is already given to you in the question, which is 3n plus 1 by 2 is given out to be 8. That means 3n plus 1 is given out to be 16. That is 3n is 15. That is n is 5. So if n is 5, so C is 5. So H is 12. So answer is bingo. I mean just class 10th basics. But yes, if you do such questions, if you practice such questions, you will be very easy. It will be very easy for you in your actual JEE paper. Moving to the next one again. from mole concept stoichiometry. Now again I'm telling you beta, because it is a memory based paper question that we are getting, so even for this question also I have a doubt, but yes, it is just using your basic common sense, although the basic common sense is given in the theory, because most of the students do not know, because they have to learn this, that generally iron do not react with water. But yes, if water turns into steam, so iron can be reacting with not water, not heated water, but yes, at elevated temperature, when water turns into steam, then it reacts with iron, and rather it forms its oxide, which is Fe 3O4, along with release of hydrogen gas. So you just have to balance the reaction, because I have 3 moles of hydrogen over here, so 3 hydrogen will come over here also. Hydrogen is here also, it is 2, here also hydrogen is 2. Okay, first let me balance for oxygen. So I need 4 oxygen, so I have to multiply a 4 over here, so this will make hydrogen as 8, so I have to multiply 4 over here. But the stoichiometry is not involving them, the stoichiometry is just involving iron and water. X gram of iron, so x gram of iron as in x upon molar mass of iron is 56. This shall be the moles of iron which is given. Now how much water I'm using? 18 grams. So 18 gram of water, as in 18 upon 18, that is I just have 1 mole of water. That is, I just have 1 mole of water. So ultimately, this is what is given to you and this is what is asked out of you. So sir, when 4 mole of water will react, 3 mole of iron will be required. So 1 mole of water will be using 3 by 4 moles of iron. So this is the moles of iron required, but you have to calculate weight, and weight upon atomic mass is definitely moles. So x upon 56 is the actual moles. So just into divide, this is 14 into 3 is, I guess, 42 grams. So again, a very easy peasy question. Sir, okay, somebody is asking, sir, not 8 mole of oxygen. So Shri Nivas, okay, 8 moles of oxygen. Okay, in the previous question you are saying it was not given 8 moles. Beta, this is what we have. If you know the exact question, kindly put that in the comment section. I'll be discussing that, but this is what we have received from our backend team. So although the mole will change, the logic is going to be the same, only into divide will be changing if the number is not 8 according to you. So I hope we have attempted the logic of this question also. Moving to the next one. Again, a very traditional question from ionic equilibrium. Yes, the question can be difficult if simultaneous equilibrium. I mean, it would also not be difficult, but yes, it will be interesting to solve. But this is not simultaneous equilibrium. The first time when I saw this question, even I thought, yeah, simultaneous to lagwao kam se kam. But they were not using simultaneous equilibria. Why? Because look at the way the question, the theory has this is presented to you. The question says the KSP values for this sparingly soluble salt and this sparingly soluble salt is this and this respectively. Respectively as in they are kept separately, because they have to mention that they are happening in a container simultaneously. But they are giving its and its KSP values separately, respectively. Then the ratio of solubilities of S1 and S2, none of the space they have mentioned that it is simultaneous equilibrium. So you just have to take them in different containers and compare their solubility, because that is what students have communicated regarding the options also. मेरा एग्जाम अच्छा गया था जब तक अच्छा आदित्यन क्यों अभी कुछ you haven't solved such, I mean you must have seen these type of questions. These questions, no matter, sometimes we feel disheartened that although you practice properly na beta, so such feelings can easily go away. So just let us solve this one, that for this first salt, which is Ag2CrO4, how it is going to give you the corresponding ions. It is going to give you silver plus ions, and it is going to give you CrO4 2 minus ion. Let's say its solubility, the question is saying the solubility of first salt is S1. So 1 will form 2 and 1 ion. So S will form 2S1 and S1 ion. Value of KSP for this particular salt is 3x. So 32x, I'm sorry. 32x is the value of KSP. So rather KSP is equal to concentration of ions, but this is Ag plus squared into CrO4 2 minus power 1. So 2s1, 32x is equal to 2s1 squared. So 4s1 square into s1 as in 4s1 cube. This is my equation 1. What about the second salt? Second salt is sir AgBr, which is also a sparingly soluble salt forming silver ion and bromide ion. If its solubility is S2, so this will be S2, this will be S2. For KSP of this salt is given out to be 4Y. Concentration of silver ion upon into concentration of Br minus, so S2 into S2, no stoichiometric coefficient, so S2 squared. This is equation 2. Now you just have to divide them because in the question you are asked ratio of S1 and S2. So just divide them. 4S1 cube upon S2 square will be equal to, okay, this 4 will be easily cancelled, so this will be 8. So why bother taking this 4 over here? So this is 8x upon 4y. That is, it is 2x upon y. So 2x upon y raised to now. Okay. This is cube and this is square, and we just have to find, okay, I'm sorry, let me make this not this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Let us just move one step more. So here S1 will be equal to 8 into x raised to the power 1 by 3. So this will be 2 into x raised to the power 1 by 3. This is rather better equation 1, and over here S2 will be equal to 2 y raised to the power 1 by 2. So this rather should be a better equation 2, because we are interested in ratio of S1 and S2. So ratio will be, so this ratio will be 2x 1 by 3 upon 2y 1 by 2. So 2 and 2 will be gone. So option 2 is clearly your answer. Yeah, perfect. Manan, perfect. Rimisha Jain, perfect. White gaming, not option 1 beta. I hope we are done with this also. We have to find ratio of S1 and S2. So rather take S1 and S2 here only and then do the ratio thing. Done. If it would have been simultaneous equilibrium, then you would have to take the concentration of Ag plus as 2s1 plus s2, and simultaneously the ratio has to be taken. Everything is clear regarding that also. But the question which NTA has offered was that. So moving to the next one. Yes, the next question is from atomic structure, rather a simple question again. The orbital angular momentum as per Bohr model is nothing but mvr, which is equal to a integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. What is the integral multiple represented at? It is our orbit number n. The value is given out to be 3h upon pi. So h upon pi gone. That means n by 2 is 3. That means n is nothing but 6. Now because we know the value of n, so we shall easily calculate the total energy of nth orbit, because as per Bohr theory it is minus E naught into z square upon n square minus 13.6, because value is in electron volt. Value of z is 1 because it is hydrogen atom, upon 6 squared is 36. So I guess the smallest answer, you just have to do calculation. I mean, just division by 36 is your job, and if you do that, you'll land up with the answer. I'm from Kerala, beta, perfect. Well, I mean, most welcome. I hope we are helping you. So first will be your answer. Vineet, perfect. Manan, perfect. Perfect guys. White gaming, perfect. Moving to the next question. The next question says, why it is not moving? Okay, I have only this many questions. Beta, if I remember correctly, I was having one more question. One of the student was telling me the question was regarding Bohr theory only. Lithium was also getting ionized. So that lithium ionization question is also there. So Sumit sir is ready. So over to Sumit sir. We'll be soon be meeting with other questions of chemistry, but you have to keep working, guys.
Back with questions on physics. Let us back with questions on physics. Let us see how many more questions we have on physics right now. So a lot of questions are there on physics. So let us take them one by one. Sir, before I was knowing that in PW English batch is there, I was joining that. PW English batch is there actually. Now the batches are launched for all the three, you can say, students for 11th, 12th and for the dropper batch. Before these questions are really formula based, because these questions are, okay, I think this is for chemistry you are saying. Let us open the questions. Sir, can we expect such easy questions in other shifts as well? Srinath is saying, yes, we can expect these similar easier question on other shifts as well. But if some shifts are difficult, then you will see only, let us take 2 to 4 questions are difficult. Okay, if 2 to 4 questions are difficult, they will not make the overall shift difficult. Try to understand that. Okay, this happened in January also. So 2 to 4 questions in some shift, if they are difficult, others are easy. At least do others first, then do them. Okay, so don't think like the entire shift is very difficult from due to those questions. Okay, this we did, and let us do this. Let us do this question. Okay, surface tension question. Let us start. How many questions are difficult? Till now in physics, I see all the questions are easy. I think from here we have a ray optics question from refraction from curved surface, that is a bit difficult for few students. If you understand that also, you will be able to solve. Sir, for this shift cutoff for 99 percentile you are expected, sir. Beta, let us see. Okay, let us cover all the questions, then we can predict at the end. Okay. Find change in surface energy if 512 small drops of radius 2 mm merge into single drop. Okay, so 512 drops merge into one bigger drop. So the volume of these 512 drop will be 512 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is equal to volume of this bigger drop, 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi, this is getting cancelled. I got r as 512 to the power 1 by 3 into r. What is this? 64 into, yeah, this is 8 cube. So this is 8 times of r. So I got that the final radius is 8 times of this initial radius. That is clear to us. Now change in the surface energy. Change in the surface energy, delta E. What is the initial surface energy? Now this is a drop, not a bubble. Drop means only one surface. Drop means only one surface. So 4 pi into r square. This is the surface area for one drop. There are 512. So into 512 into 512. This is the area of all the drops into the surface tension. Let us take the surface tension is given as S. This is the initial minus the final. We are having this drop, area will be 4 pi into capital R square. So capital R square is 8 times of small r. So that square will be 64 into r square into the surface tension. This is the change. Let us do the calculations now. Delta E is equal to, okay, pi s, let us take pi s common, pi into s into 4 pi r square also I can take common. What I can take common? 4 pi r square. So into 4 pi, sorry, pi I already took, 4 into r square. What is r square? 2 mm square. So this will become 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. Yes, this is 4r square. This is I took common. The rest will be 512 minus 64. Okay, now let us do the calculations. What it is? So this is 512 minus 64, 48 into 16. into 16. This is 7168 into 10 to the power minus 6. So n into pi. So 7168 into 10 to the power minus 6. So I can say 7.168 into 10 to the power minus 3 into pi s. This is my delta E. Okay. Yes, first is there. Yes, first we are getting. Yes, Manan. Okay. Now let us move to the next question. A uniform rod of mass 2 kg, length 30 meter is at rest on a smooth horizontal surface. Impulsive force of this Newton second. Actually, this is impulse, not a force. This is impulse. Impulse. I should write impulse. Impulse of 0.2 Newton second is applied at end B. The time taken by the rod to turn through 90-degree angle will be. Now this question was given by one of the student in the comment section. Okay, so from there I have considered this question and I consider that this was asked. Okay, somebody mentioned this question in the comment section. From there I have taken this. So this is my rod. This is end A. This is B. At one end, this impulse is provided. This is 0.2 Newton second. Now about center of mass of the rod, total angular impulse will be change of the angular momentum. Total angular impulse is 0.2 Newton second into the distance. How much is the distance? L by 2. I am considering L as the total length. This is the impulse is equals to change in angular momentum. Initial angular momentum 0. Final angular momentum ml square by 12 into omega. This is the final angular momentum. What I need from here? I'll find omega from here and then I will say omega t is equals to pi by 2. From there I'll say time will be pi by 2 into omega. So basically I need to find omega from here. Now 1L getting cancelled, 2 into 6. This is 1.2 divided by m into L and this is omega. 1.2 divided by m into L. Okay, let us put the values. 1.2 divided by what is mass? Mass is 2. So 2 into the length is 30 centimeter means 0.3 meter. So this is 1.2 divided by 0.6 which comes out to be 2. So omega comes out to be 2. So the time will be pi by 2 into omega is 2. So this is pi by 4. So the time comes out to be pi by 4. So I got the value of x as 4. Okay, x comes out to be 4. Yes, x comes out to be 4. Yes, white gaming, perfect. If you are able to solve these questions, good, you will be able to solve in exam also. Next question on dielectric. I had mentioned capacitance with dielectric is an important thing and yes, it was expected to be asked. So we have a question. 1/4 volume of an empty capacitor of capacitance C node is filled with dielectric of dielectric constant 5. Surface area of dielectric is A by 2, width is D by 2. If A is greater than D by 2, A is greater than D square, sorry. What does it mean? They tells that you can take, we consider the electric field to be uniform between the plates of the electric field, okay? When they will be uniform, when this separation is very, very small. So that assumption is given, don't worry about that. Then new capacitance is, okay, now let us divide it like this into 4 parts. Like, let us take this is my C1, this is my C2, this is my C3, this is my C4. C1, C2 are in series, C3, C4 are in series. This series combination is in parallel with this series combination. So draw it. How will you draw it? It will be like this. C1, C2, here C3, here C4. This is how. Don't consider C1, C3 in parallel. That is wrong. C1, C3 are not in parallel. Try to understand because this point potential is not same as this point potential. Now find C1, C2, C3, C4 like that. What is C1? So C1 is area. Area is A by 2. A epsilon naught into K. What is K? K is 5. 5 divided by D. What is D? D by 2. So C1 comes out to be 5a epsilon naught by d. These three are air only, so it means C2 is same as C3 is same as C4, which is a epsilon naught by d. Now C1 C2 series combination will be C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2, C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2, 5 by 6 a epsilon naught by d. Then these two series combination, that is C3 C4, C3 C4 series combination, so that will C3 C4 divided by C3 plus C4, this comes out to be a epsilon naught by 2d. Okay, now these two are in parallel, add this, so add these two. So if you add this, a epsilon naught by d, taking that as common, 5 by 6 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 2 I can write as 3 by 6. Okay, so this comes out to be 8 by 6, 8 by 6 means 4 by 3, a epsilon naught by d, 4 by 3 a epsilon naught by d, 4 by 3 a epsilon naught by d is my c naught, so 4 by 3 c naught. So this is 4 by 3 c naught, 4 by 3 c naught. Okay. How was the paper till now? User 21, I have seen that questions are standard questions only in physics. Okay, not much difficult. Few questions you may find moderate. Okay, otherwise most of the questions are doable, easier side. Next question, a hollow conducting sphere. Okay, previous question, previous to this I had done. Yeah, this I did. This, okay. I think everything is, this previously we did. Okay. Moving ahead, so this is the question. Two hollow conducting spheres are separated by large distance. The distance between them is very large. They are connected by conducting wire. Okay, this is the conducting wire. Now connecting by conducting wire, what does it mean? Potential is same. Okay, if you connect two spheres large distance by a conducting wire, means its potential is same. Here if it is V1, here it is V2, I will say V1 is equals to V2 because they are connected with the conducting sphere. I need the ratio of electric field near the surface. So what is V? V1 will be K into Q1 by R1. This is same as K Q2 divided by R2. This is my V2. Okay, these two are same. What is electric field? E1 is equals to K Q1 by R1 square. What is E2? E2 is equals to K Q2 by R2 square. Take the ratio. E1 by E2. Now K Q1 by R1 is same as K Q2 by R2. This comes out to be R2 by R1. This comes out to be R2 by R1. So this is 18 divided by 8. 18 divided by 8. This comes out to be 9 divided by 4. 9 divided by 4, which is option 2. Okay, radius were 18 and 8, 18 by 8 comes out to be 9 divided by 2. Question wrong, sir. Okay, some student is mentioning, sir, this is not the question. If it is so, please mention which was the question. If there is some change in this, you can tell. Okay, these are memory based question. We can understand that the data will not be exactly the same, but conceptually the question will be same. Because these are provided by students and we think like they can do some mistake in data, but they will not tell anything from the mind. Now, for the given spherical surface of curvature radius 20 centimeter, object of height 2 mm is placed at distance 40 centimeter. So here this object is placed at 40 centimeter from the surface. Okay, this distance is from the surface. Medium on both sides of the spherical surface have refractive index 1 and 1.5. Here it is 1, here it is 1.5 respectively. Find height of image. Now what I need? Height of image. How to find the height of image? I need magnification. So I need to find the magnification. What is magnification for spherical surfaces? Now this is a spherical surface. For spherical surface, if we write the magnification, now for if lens is there, we write V by U. But if spherical curved surface is like this, so we say V by mu 2 divided by U divided by mu 1. Okay, so this is V by U into mu 1 divided by mu 2. This is the magnification. Now, and this I'll say this magnification is equals to my height of image divided by height of object. Mu1, mu2 we know that is 1 and 1.5. I need V and U. U is given to us as 40, so I need V. Now I need to find V. How can I find V? By using the formula of refraction on spherical surface, curved surface. What is that? Mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equals to mu2 minus mu1 divided by R. This formula should be remembered very nicely. Now mu2 is 1.5. 1.5 divided by my V that I have to find, minus mu1 is 1 divided by U is minus 40 is equals to mu2 minus mu1, 1.5 minus 1 divided by R. What is R? From here if I measure R, I have to measure like this, so minus 40, sorry, not minus 40, what was the radius? 20 centimeter, so minus 20. So this is my R, okay, minus 20. Now 1.5 divided by V is equals to 1 by, so this will be minus 1 by 40 and this will be minus 0.1, okay, it will also be 1 by 40. So this is minus 2 by 40 means minus 1 by 20, means V comes out to be my minus 20. So V is minus 20, U is minus 40, write the magnification, okay, write the magnification. So magnification is equals to V is minus 20 divided by U is minus 40 into mu1 by mu2, mu1 is 1 divided by mu2 is 1.5, like this. So minus got cancelled, this is 2 here, 1.5 into 2 is 3, 1 by 3. So magnification is 1 by 3 and this is equals to height of image divided by height of object. What was the height of object? 2 mm. So this is 2 mm. I got height of image as equal to 2 by 3 mm. 2 by 3 mm. 2 by 3 mm. I did some mistake. Is there any mistake in the calculations? Let us see. The answer is not matching. V is equals to 30. 1.5. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This was 1.5 divided by V. This was equals to minus 20. So here I missed 1.5. 1.5 was, here I missed 1.5 thing. Na? So this is 1.5, that is my 3 by 2 V. This comes out to be minus 1 by 20. So from here we are getting V as minus 30. Let us correct it. Let us correct it here. V is coming out to be minus 30. So V is minus 30, U is minus 40, mu1 is 1 and mu2 is 1.5. Now this is the thing that we are getting. So this getting cancelled. This is my 3 by 2, 3 got cancelled. This comes out to be 1 by 2. And 1 by 2 is equals to height of image divided by height of object. So height of the image comes out to be 1 mm. Yeah, now this is correct. Yes, 1 mm we are getting, not second, not 1.5. This is 1 mm. Yes, Divyansh answer is correct. Yes, Divyansh, this is 1 mm. Okay, yeah, somebody White Gaming corrected the calculation mistake. It was minus 30. Thank you. It means you are doing the calculations with me. Perfect. Yeah, next question. The charge particle of charge this moving along y-axis with speed this, okay, EM wave has electric component like this in the region. The maximum electric force on the charge is. Now what is the electric force on the charge? We write electric field into the charge. This is how we write force. Now I need maximum force. For maximum force, I will take the maximum electric field. Maximum electric field. What is the maximum electric field? Maximum electric field is 600. So 600 into, what is the charge? Charge is 1 microcoulomb. So 1 into 10 to the power, microcoulomb means minus 6. 10 to the power minus 6. Yeah, so this comes out to be 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton. 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton, which is second option. Yeah, second option we are getting. Perfect. Okay, Manan. Yeah, second. Now, let us see more questions on physics quickly. Just a minute. We are having how many questions? Okay, these all questions we have done. Now, let me change. This is my part 4. Let us see more questions on physics. How many questions we are having? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more questions on physics. Now, 2 more questions on, 3 more questions on physics. Let us do them also. Let us do them also. 3 more questions on physics. I hope you are enjoying the discussion. And yes, the paper is standard as per physics part is concerned. Next set of questions in physics. Let us see which all questions are there. One question was on minimum deviation in prism. Yes, minimum deviation in prism was expected, and yeah, minimum deviation should be done nicely. Here we are having minimum deviation in a thin prism. So thin prism minimum deviation formula, you know, that is mu minus 1 into T. Mu minus 1 into A, sorry, not T. Where is that question? So this we already did, this we did, now this we did, now this we did, just this is the next question. Okay, this is our next question. What it is asked here, 2 satellites are revolving around 2 planets in a circular orbit as shown. So the satellites are moving in circular orbit, the ratio of their time period. Now let us take here the time period is T1, here the time period is T2. I need what is the ratio of T1 by T2. Now what is T1? Time period, how we write? 2 pi r by v. What is the velocity? Velocity is equals to root gm by r for the velocity for the satellite. So basically you know that is 2 pi r to the power 3 by 2 by root gm. Okay, this is my time period t. For T1 if I write, so T1 will be equal to 2 pi, what is the radius? Radius is r, so r to the power 3 by 2 divided by what is mass? Mass is m, so gm. This is my T1. Now what is T2? T2 is 2 pi into radius here is 2r, so 2r to the power 3 by 2 divided by root of g into the mass. What is mass? 2m, so g into 2m. Okay, now from here this 2 pi r to the power 3 by 2 by root gm, that part is my T1, so this will become T1 into 2 to the power 3 by 2 divided by root of 2. 2 to the power 3 by 2 by root of 2. So root of 2 will get cancelled here, this will become twice of T1. So T2 comes out to be twice of T1. I need T1 by T2. I need T1 by T2. Okay, T2 is twice of T1, so this is 2. So this comes out to be 1 by 2. So the ratio comes out to be the first option. First option we are getting. White gaming, fourth option. No, not the fourth option. We are getting the first option. Manan is mentioning first option. Yes, Manan, your answer is right. White gaming, you can check the calculations. Here, this is the formula that we are applying. My r is changing to 2r. So here we got 2 to the power 3 by 2. Mass is changing to 2m. So here we got root of 2. So this comes out to be 2. 2 is the first option. Now moving to next question. Sir, PDF in WhatsApp or app. The PDF of this session will come on the WhatsApp channel. Power dissipated in an inductor coil is P. So in this inductor coil, power dissipated is P. Now you may say, sir, a inductor never dissipates the power. It's the resistor who dissipates the power. Yes, I know. Power is dissipated by resistor only, not the inductor. This is a real inductor. This inductor is having some resistance. So if I write the power dissipated, that is equals to I square R, where R is the resistance of this inductor, because inductor is made up of a material, some wire. Okay, some resistivity is there, some resistance will be there for that. Now if the same material, if coil of same material but with number of turns, length and cross section area being doubled. What I doubled? I made another inductor. Area of cross section is doubled, length is doubled, and with the number of turns. Number of turns is also doubled. So here I am having this another inductor. Its length is 2L, number of turns is 2N, and area is twice of A. Area is twice of A. Now, let us take this as A dash. If I write the resistance, I will say this is equals to rho L by A. This is how we say the resistance, okay, for wire. What is rho? Rho is resistivity, material is same. Length, total length of this, that will be number of turns. Let us take number of turns is N into 2 pi R, where R is this radius. Okay, N into 2 pi R will be my total length, isn't it? Number of turns into the circumference of one turn, that is my total length, divided by area of cross section of the wire, not of this, area of cross section of the wire. Okay, we may write this as small a so that you are not confused. This is area of cross section of the wire, A. Now R dash, here length, resistivity will be rho only, length will be, number of turns is 2N into 2 pi R. What is the radius? Area is twice, this radius will be root 2 times. This radius will be root 2 times. R dash will be root 2 times. So when I do, so 2 pi R, so this will be 2 pi root of 2 into R, divided by area of cross section of the wire. The wire is the same, that will remain the same. So my resistance, new resistance is getting how many times? Initial resistance was this, new resistance is 2 root 2. 2 root 2 times of the original resistance. Power dissipated is this. If resistance is 2 root 2 times, power will also become 2 root 2 times. So P dash will be 2 root 2 times of the initial power P. So 2 root 2 alpha comes out to be 2. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? Concept is clear? Good. Next, for a thin prism, angle A, deviation of ray is thin prism of angle A, deviation of ray is 8. This is my deviation. Okay, deviation is not 8, deviation is del. Deviation is del. I need the ratio of A by del. So what is the deviation formula for thin prism? We know deviation is equals to mu minus 1 into A. This formula is only for thin prism. Only for thin prism. This is the formula, mu minus 1 into A. So if I write del by A, if I write A by del, this will be equals to 1 divided by mu minus 1. What is mu? Mu is 1.5. So 1 divided by 0.5, this comes out to be 2. So this ratio comes out to be 2. Clear? Okay, so we are done with the physics part now. Now let us see if Gaurav sir or Deependra sir is ready. So Deependra sir, are you there? Okay, Deependra sir is there. So
All right, students, just give me a quick update. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all the participants. Let's just get started with our discussion now. So this is where we have left. Yes, I read the comments. Somebody or some of the people were saying that, sir, answer will be 14. Yes, I apologize. I did not notice n minus 1. It was supposed to be n minus 1. Yes. Thank you so much for that correction. So n minus 1, n is 13. So n minus 1 is 13. So n would have been 14. Great. So the correction was there. Then when I go ahead with this question, again an easy one, you just got to simplify this. I hope you remember the expansion of expansion of NCR. So if you simply apply this expansion n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial, you'll simplify this. So I have already done it to save your time. We'll see it like this: 36c r plus 1, 36 factorial r plus 1 into 35 minus r factorial. This is 35 CR. It is 35 R, 35 minus R. Everybody getting this? Now from here, you all must pay attention to this part where I am saying this k into, sorry, 6 upon k square minus 3 is also there. So when you simplify this, I hope I can write 36 factorial as 36 into 35 factorial. This r plus 1 factorial as r plus 1 into r factorial. I hope you are comfortable with that. Now when I simplify this 35 factorial goes, r factorial vanishes, and this 35 minus r factorial also vanishes with this. So ultimately, what am I now left with? I hope you are paying attention to this part. When I simplify this result, ultimately, I am left with what? This 35 factorial, this r factorial is getting cancelled, and this 35 minus r factorial also getting cancelled. With that, what am I now left with? I will say, sir, when you simplify this result, you finally receive a 6 also cancels this 6. So I think what am I now left with? I think this 6, r plus 1 and k square minus 3. So ultimately, what we get is 6 times k square minus 3 to be r plus 1. This is the result we get. Correct me if I'm wrong. 6 times k square minus 3 to be equal to r plus 1. Now pay attention to few details we know. Pay attention to this. What is r? NCR. So this r is going to be a natural number. And more importantly, this is 35 CR, this is 36 CR plus 1. So I can clearly see that r can never be greater than 35. The greatest value of r could be 35. So r will be a natural number between, r will be a whole number between 0 to 35. Everybody getting that? So from here, I got this idea that this will be a natural number. Of course, this is a natural number. So this also has to be a natural number. So here, if these two expressions are equal, where 6 into this is something, then we can clearly say that r plus 1 will be a multiple of 6. Because k square minus 3, of course, k square minus 3 got to be an natural number, integral value I'll say, or a natural number I must say, because here, this is a number, a natural number. This is a natural number. This is a natural number. So on the LHS, if I have natural number, on the RHS also I should have a natural number. Everybody getting and understanding this. So from there, r plus 1 will be divisible by 6. Everybody got this. So if r plus 1 is divisible by 6, what values of r can I try? So if I begin with r as 0, I think r cannot be put as 0. I hope you're getting it, because if r is 0, this will not be divisible by 6. Everybody got that? From there, can I keep r as minus 1? Of course not. R should be from 0. So if I begin with the values of r, here, what will I take to make it a multiple of 6? The first value of r should be taken as 5. I hope you're getting it, because when r becomes 5, 5 plus 1. Everybody with me on this? So apart from this 5, what else can I take? 6 into 2 is 12. So if I want to have a 12 here, r could be 11. So other value of r can be taken as 11. I hope everybody is listening and understanding that result. All the participants, without any confusion, are you understanding this? Then the next value, I hope you have seen the pattern. The next value will be 6 into 3, 18. So if this r plus 1 is needed to be made 18, this will be what? 17. So I hope you now can see the pattern, what values of r will be getting. R should be 5. Yes, R should be 5. That's good. So with that, 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 6, 17, 17 plus 6 is 23, 26 plus 6 is 29, and 29 plus 6 is going to be 35. Can I stop at 35? Yes, because R cannot be more than 35. 35 plus 1, 36. So the maximum value of R can be taken as 35. Great. So these are the values of R I'm going to take. Now, when you have cracked R, what are we asked? Set S where R comma K. R comma K, then the number of elements in this set S. So this is what we can say so far about R. Great, that's good, students. Keep responding like this. Now from here, let's work out this k square minus 3. So I hope you're understanding. If I start giving my comments on k square minus 3, when I put R as 5, 5 plus 1, yes, 6 by 6 is 1. So in this case, k square minus 3 will be 1. Of course, the next case will give you 2. The next case will give you 3. I hope you're understanding why. The next case will give you 4. This will give you 5. And this will give you 6. Everybody understanding this? All the participants. Now from here, if I talk about what do we need? Sir, we need k. We don't need k square minus 3. So let's start working on k. First of all, pay attention to this part. K square minus 3. If I talk about k square for a while, let's say. So k square will be 4. This will be 2 plus 3, which is 5. 3 plus 3. I hope you just need to add them by. So this is 4 plus 5, then 6, then 4 plus 3, 7, then it is 8. And this will be what? 7, 8, then it should be 9. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? So here, I am now going to talk about k as well. So if I now work on k, so this gives me k as plus minus 2. This is plus minus root 5. This is plus minus what? Plus minus root 6. Then this is plus minus root 7. Then this is plus minus 2 root 2, which again doesn't matter. And this is plus minus 3. So here, when we were asked the values or the pairs r comma k. I hope you are paying attention to this. Let's say, sir, can we take the value of k as this? I think there is a problem. What problem? Here in that case, if I take k as this, which value? Root 5, let's say, if I take. So root 5 square will be what? If I take k as root 5, root 5 square will be 5, 5 minus 3 is 2. Then I think k is an acceptable value. So I think there, they should have mentioned somewhere that r comma k. Just give me a quick update. All the students who must have attempted this question in the paper, were we mentioned that r and k both are integers? Because r is going to be an integer, of course. Then of course k square minus 3 should be an integer, but we cannot say that k should be an integer necessarily, because k square minus 3 should be an integer. With that, the possible number of answers which I should be getting is it mentioned in the question that here k was an integer? Was it mentioned? Because here k square minus 3 need not be an integer. With that, I'll say that k, if it was mentioned that k is an integer, in that case I'll say this is an acceptable answer and this is an acceptable answer. So there are two values of k. So plus minus 2 I'll get with this 5, and plus minus 3 I'll get with this 35. So if k is said to be an integer, if it is mentioned in the question, then the number of elements in set S, then I'll have 4 answers. I hope you got this. Otherwise, if it is not mentioned, then I'll have all these values are acceptable for k. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 2 is 12. I'll have 12 answers in that case. So there is a catch. We were given, I think, why will it be 13 students? While gaming, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 2 is 12, because with each pair you're getting 2. So I think either 12 or because it is memory based. So I think one thing you must have been noticed in the paper, that they must have given k as an integer. So if k is an integer, the answer will be 4, and if k is not an integer, the answer will be 12. So there is a catch. Just give me a correct update, because the question looks incomplete. Because of that, we cannot come up with the proper conclusion. I hope you understood this, though there are two possibilities for this question. If we focus on the next question for the day, I hope it's properly visible to all the participants. Now with this question, I'll say this intersects in xy plane. The easiest question. 3 is not possible. Okay, Gaurav. Now from here, I'll say if I put it equal to lambda and if I put it equal to mu, they intersect in xy plane. So if they are intersecting in xy plane, their z coordinate will be 0. So here I get x coordinate as 2 lambda plus a, 3 lambda plus 2, and 2 lambda plus b. This is again a board level question. And there you get this coordinate to be 3 mu plus b, 6 mu plus 7, and then 3 mu plus 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, if they say that they intersect in xy plane, which means the point of intersection, which means this coordinate equal to this coordinate, which means their z coordinate will be 0. If z coordinate is 0, which means 2 lambda plus b should be 0. I hope you all are listening and understanding. And here I'll say 3 mu plus 1 should be 0. So from here I get mu should be minus 1 by 3. With that, when I compare this, I get the coordinates here. Mu when replaced by minus 1 by 3. So this is minus 1 plus b. So this is b minus 1, comma. This is minus 1 by 3. This is minus 2. So 7 minus 2 is what? 5. And this is of course going to be 0. And this should be equated with this. So I'm clearly getting 3 lambda plus 2. This 3 lambda plus 2 as 5. So there I get lambda as 5 minus 2, that's 3, lambda as 1. And once you crack lambda as 1, I think that can be put here. So when you crack lambda as 1, I put it here, b we receive as minus 2. So I think we have b. Can we crack a as well? Can I crack a? A I can be cracking from here, because this value should be b minus 1. I hope you're understanding. So 2 lambda plus 1, lambda is 1. So 2 into 1 plus a should be equal to b minus 1, and b we have received as minus 2. So minus 2 minus 1 is what? Minus 3. So there you crack a as minus 3 minus 2, that is minus 5. I hope you have a and b both, and with that you can solve this question. An easy one, the easiest of your paper. This is the kind of questions you see in boards. Yes, I will so far by looking at these questions can definitely predict that this was one of the easiest papers. I can directly show you the solution of this question. We need not solve it. The easiest differential equation was amazingly easy. Both the questions of differential equation was terribly easy. Look at them. Dy by dx 2 plus ln x. So 2 plus ln x dx dy. Integrate them both these sides. So of course 2 when integrated 2x. The integration of ln x is x ln x minus x. If you don't remember this, integration by parts you can apply. With that, this is why this is 2x minus x, that is x. So x plus ln x, x plus x ln x plus c. Now we are told that y1 is e. So 1 log 1 is 0 plus c is equal to e. So we get c as e minus 1. So we are asked y of e. So y of e will be what? E. Ln e is 1 plus c is e minus 1. So answer will be 3e minus 1. Give me a quick update on this. Shall I re-explain this whole explanation, or was it easy and doable? Everybody understood this? Most of the questions from this paper were easy, terribly easy. Yes, some questions were tricky. Some questions were tricky. Look at this question. The catch here in this question is if you start solving this question directly, you will stuck. So how do we do it? I'll say take this expression, let's say for a while as L, and take this expression for a while as M. And if you take them as L M N and then solve them separately. So I have again solved it for you in the meantime when Gaurav sir and Sumit sir were doing it. So let me just show you the solution very quickly. So if I take this 3a plus 4b is mod as L, and if I square it on both these sides, I'll get 9a square plus 16b plus 4 into 3 into 2, 24 times a dot b, which is going to be L square. Everybody with me on this? Great, Manan. With that, we know mod is 2, mod b is 3. So it will be 9 into 2 square, 16 into 3 square, plus 24 into a dot b. Sir, a dot b will be mod a mod b cos theta, and cos theta is cos 60. So with that, you can find out this value, which means you found L square. If you have L square, which after calculation you receive as 252, you have under root L as well, because this, sorry, you have L as well, because L square is 252, so L will be root 252. So this expression has the value 3 times root 252. Are you getting it? Now with that, how do we solve this one? Again, this mod 3a minus 4b I'm taking as m. So if I'm taking it as m, if I'm squaring it on both these sides, 9a square plus 16b square minus 24a dot b will be m square, squared both these sides. With that, what do we know? Sir, a dot b is mod a mod b cos theta. So 9a square, again, we have a and b, mod a and mod b. You replace these values. 24a dot b will be mod a mod b cos theta, that you must have evaluated here as well. So with that, you receive m square is 162, which means m will be under root 162. Did you get that? So we have received m as well. So we need to answer 3l plus 4m. Can you not answer this? This is simply a simplification which you all are good at. You can do it. You can do it, and you know how to do this. I hope we can move ahead from here, all the participants. Let's solve this question. This is again an interesting one, an amazingly interesting one, and a very good, insightful question. How do we solve this one? Pay attention to this. 2 to 4, under root over 2 to the power x minus 4, 0 to 2 root 3, log of x square plus 4 at base 2. There is a property. There is a property which is studied in definite integration. When we take questions, this is the last topic which we teach to the students when we make them study definite integration. And usually students don't focus much on the last topic. But this particular concept they have used very subtly, very subtly. If you just pay attention to this part, this function is inverse of this function if you just notice it. How is it possible, sir? It is possible because here, if let's say for a while, if I treat root over 2 to the power x minus 4 as y, if I square both these sides, I get y square is 2 to the power x minus 4. If I take this 4 here, I get y square plus 4 is equal to 2 to the power x. And if I take log on both these sides at base 2, so log 2 of 2 to the power x will be x because 2 base 2 will be 1. And here it will be log of y square plus 4 at base 2. That is nothing but this expression. I hope you can see it very clearly. Not just that, these values are also clearly given in that manner. What do I mean by that? Try 0 here, try 2 here. So 2 to the power 2 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. So this is 0. I hope you're getting it. Try 4 here. 2 to the power 4 is 16, 16 minus 4 is 12, 12 is 4 into 3. That is 2 root 3. So I hope you're understanding. This is clearly this standard form which you must have been taught a lot many times in your standard lectures. What is the property? A very crucial property. Pay attention on this property, students. If you are dealing with a to b f of x dx plus f of a to f of b f inverse x dx, in that case, always remember the answer is direct. You need not integrate. Definite integration based questions are always based on properties. You don't have to put or do a lot of integration. There it is b dot f of b minus a dot f of a. What does it mean? It means all you got to do is b dot f of b minus a dot f of a. So what will be the answer? Are you doing any calculation? No. Your answer will be 4 into 2 root 3 minus 2 into 0. Was it not interesting and easy? Everybody understood this? And if you were not aware of it, do take a look at this. And yes, don't forget this now because they could be asking it in some other shift as well. Look at this question. Was it even a question? We have been constantly telling you that from functions, domain-based questions are asked. They use either ITF, sine inverse x, cos inverse x with logarithm. So this time they have given a question based on logarithm only. How do we solve this one? Sir, first of all, log should be defined. So when log is defined, which means this expression should always be positive, which means this expression should never be 0. This expression should never be 0 means what? So two things I'm getting from here is that one of the values of x cannot be taken as 5 by 2, because if x becomes 5 by 2, if 2x minus 5 becomes 0, this expression becomes 0 and we cannot take its log. So first of all, x cannot be 5 by 2. That is a value we have taken. The second conclusion, sir, in the denominator we have something x square minus 4. The denominator should never be 0. So x square should not be 4, which means x should not be plus minus 2. So if in my answer these three values are included, I'm supposed to exclude them. So these three values I have already considered. Now the third condition, since it is a mod, it will always be non-negative. So I have excluded the possibility when it was 0 or not defined. Otherwise, it will always be positive because it is a mod. So log of mod of something is always defined. We have excluded the possibilities. But the problem is, sir, since it is inside the under root, you've got to take care of it. So if there is an expression inside the under root, that expression should always be positive or non-negative. So when I take NT log, the base is 0.6. So if this base is taken there, NT log, so 0.6 to the power 0, that is 1, but the sign changes because when base is between 0 to 1, the sign of the inequality changes. Mod of something is less than 1, which means this expression should be from minus 1 to 1. So what I do from here is that 2x minus 5 divided by x square minus 4 should be greater than minus 1 and less than 1. Everybody got this? Now we split it into two parts. Which two parts, students? I'll be solving this and this, which means I get an answer from here, I'll get an answer from here, and I'll be taking the intersection. So what does that mean? It means 2x minus 5 divided by x square minus 4, when I take it on the other side, plus 1 should be greater than equal to 0, and the other answer will be this expression, which is 2x minus 5 divided by this x square minus 4. This 1 is shifted here, minus 1 should be less than equal to 0. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? Can I move ahead from here, all the participants? Now what I get is, I got to simplify this, where when I simplify this, what I get is 2x minus 5 plus x square minus 4 divided by x square minus 4 to be positive, and here it should be 2x minus 5 minus x square plus 4. Correct me if I'm wrong in terms of calculation because I'm trying to be very quick, so I may commit some error. Do correct me if I commit any error. Do correct me if I'm committing any error with the calculation. 2x minus 5 x square minus 4, 2x minus 5 minus x square plus 4, in the denominator x square minus 4. So when this is simplified, it becomes what? X square. Then you have plus 2x. There you have minus 9. And there you have what? X square minus 4 to be greater than equal to 0. And when you look at this, it is what? Minus x square. There you have minus 5. This is plus 2x. And minus 5 plus 4 is minus 1 divided by x square minus 4 less than equal to 0. One thing I can do is I can take negative sign common so that it becomes positive. So here it will become x square minus 2x plus 1. It will become x square minus 2x plus 1. So when I have taken the negative sign common, it will be greater than equal to 0. Everybody with me on this? I hope you all are there, listening, watching, and understanding whatever I'm doing from here. Now with that, when I move ahead with this, does it give me any real roots? Because when you talk about its discriminant, of course, b square minus 4ac, so it will give me certain roots. So let me work out its roots. Its roots are going to be what? Can we split it? Of course not, because 9 is 3 into 3 only. We don't have any choice. So here when I split it, let me find its roots very quickly. Its roots are going to be what? Minus 2 plus minus under root over b square, which is 4, minus 4ac. So 4 into 9 is what? 4 into 9 is 36, right? 36 plus 4 is what? 40. 40 is 4 into 10. 4 into 10 means 2 root 10, right? Divided by 2a. So that is 2. So the roots are going to be minus 1 plus 2, minus 1 plus root 10 and minus 1 minus root 10. So the roots are going to be, let's say the roots which I'm receiving from here are alpha and beta, where alpha is the smaller root, beta is the greater root. So smaller root will be minus 1 minus root 10 and beta is going to be minus 1 plus root 10. I hope it is not getting messed up. You are able to understand this. So the numerator here, I'll be writing it as x minus alpha into x minus beta divided by x square minus 4. Can I write that as x plus 2 into x minus 2? So there they are going to ask you to use wavy curve, and that will be used in a terrible manner because these values you got to compare and create the number line more properly. Here this part, this is a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this is clearly what? X minus 2, x minus 1 whole square. This is x minus 1 whole square. So the numerator is x minus 1 whole square divided by x plus 2. X minus 2 should be greater than equal to 0. Everybody with me on this so far? So these are the two roots which I'll keep with myself. Now from here, I'll solve this, and then find the intersection. That is going to be a little time consuming, but you got to do it. So from here, this part when I solve, this part I'll solve first. So I'll find beta. I'll find beta. Approximately how much is alpha and approximately how much is beta. So alpha, this is approximately 3 point something. So minus 1 minus 3.1, let's say for a while, 3.2. So this is minus 4.2 approximately. This is minus 4.2 approximately, just for the sake of keeping it simple. This is, let's say, 3.2. So 3.2 minus 1 is 2.2. So correct me if I'm wrong. This is 3.2 minus 1. That is 2.2. So approximately it is 2.2. So these numbers I'm plotting. So here you have 2 and minus 2 as well. So 4 numbers will get plotted here. 4 numbers will get plotted. Least of these numbers will be minus 4.2. So this is your alpha. Then the greater number than this will be minus 2. Minus 2 means what? This number. Then the greater than this will be 2. So this will be 2 and the final number will be beta. All the powers are odd, so plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. So when I solve this, what I get is, it should be kept positive. So minus infinity to alpha, and then minus 2 to 2, and then beta to infinity. So from here I get the answer as minus infinity to alpha, open interval, alpha should be included, these should be excluded, and beta can also be included. So my answer will be in minus infinity to alpha, union, minus 2 to 2, minus 2 to 2, union, beta to infinity. But that's the answer of the first part. I am now supposed to try the other part as well. The best thing you could have done is you should have tried some values. From these options, you could have tried some values here and here so that you could have verified extreme values you should have tried. Because with these category of questions, try some extreme values. For example, if you think this is the answer, try some values from these domains, put them here and here. If both of the equations are satisfied, this could be the answer. But check it with other options as well, instead of doing all of this. But I'm sharing the standard approach as well. Don't worry about that. So here this part, now look at this part. When you solve this particular part here, of course, the roots are going to be what? Minus 2. There you have 1. There you have 2. So of course, this 2 will be plus. This will be minus. This will be minus because the power is even. And this will be plus. So with that, we want it to be 0. So 1 I can include. So it will be either from minus infinity to minus 2 or from 2 to infinity. Now can I leave it up to you? I hope this answer you have also gotten. This answer will be what? Minus infinity to minus 2. Union 1, that is the single element you should include. Union 2 to infinity. Now what you got to do is take the intersection of this with this. Will you do that by yourself? I hope you will. And with that, you'll get the final answer. Can I move ahead from here? Intersection part you all are good at. I was supposed to show you the calculation, which I have shown you here. Now let's focus on this question. This question again, an easy one. Here, how do we solve this? Pay attention to this part. There is a line 1, 1, 1, line through 1, 1, 1, and perpendicular to this should be I cap, I think. This and this. So if there, I think there is some mistake, I cap plus 2j cap, 2i cap, 2j cap, k cap. So this 1, 1, 1 is perpendicular to these lines, which means it will be parallel to their cross. So here, this line which is passing through 1, 1, 1 will be parallel to cross of them. So cross of them will be what? I cap, j cap, k cap. There it is 1, 2, 0. There it is 1, 2, 0. And it is 2, 2, 1. So it is 2, 2, 1. With that, when I take its determinant, it is 2 minus 0. So this is 2i cap. Then for j cap, it is 1 minus 0. So it is j cap. For k cap, it will be 2 minus 4. That is minus 2k cap. So the line's equation now is going to be what? Line's equation is going to be x minus 1 upon 2. I hope you remember it in the Cartesian form. Then y minus 1 upon minus 1 is equal to z minus 1 upon minus 2. So this is how you get the equation of the line. Everybody got this part, all the participants who are listening and watching. Then what are we told? That this line, what is happening here is ABC be the foot of perpendicular from origin. So from origin, we are dropping a perpendicular. Great. So there is, let's say, a parametrically point defined on this line, which will be given as 2 lambda plus 1 minus lambda plus 1 and minus 2 lambda plus 1. So there is a point parametrically given on this line where I am dropping a perpendicular from origin. So this is 0, 0, 0, and this is your point P. This is your point P. And do we remember the direction ratios of this line? So this is your line L. Its direction ratios are 2, minus 1, minus 2. Its direction ratios are 2, -1 and -2. We have always been discussing that questions based on 3D are always doable, but they are lengthy in nature. Why are they lengthy in nature? Because there is a lot of calculation, but otherwise conceptually they are very weak. Not much is being done here in these category of questions. So there, I got to figure out, let's say this is O, I got to figure out the direction ratios of OP. So OP will have 2 lambda plus 1 minus 0. So the direction ratios are simply this only 2 lambda plus 1, comma, minus lambda plus 1, comma, minus 2 lambda plus 1, because if 0 is subtracted from them, this will be the direction ratio. Now, if condition for perpendicularity, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, the sum will be 0. So with that 2 lambda plus 1 into 2, that is 4 lambda plus 2, then minus 1 into lambda plus 1, that is plus lambda minus 1, and minus 2 into this, that gives you 4 lambda minus 2, and this sum should be 0. Everybody getting this? From here, do we crack lambda? Lambda is going to be what? Sir, lambda is going to be 4 lambda, 4 lambda, lambda, that is 9 lambda. And here 2 minus 2, 0, that is 1. So lambda we receive as 1 by 9. Correct me if I'm wrong. 8 lambda plus 1, 9 lambda. So lambda we receive as 1 by 9. So what do we need? Sir, we need A comma B comma C. What is A comma B comma C? This feet was A comma B comma C. This P is your A comma B comma C. So when you put this A comma B comma C here, you get the coordinates of P, you multiply that sum by 34, you get your answer. Will you do that calculation? Because all you need to do is, this is your A comma B comma C. I hope you're understanding this. All you now need to do is put lambda as 1 by 9 in this equation, do that summation, and then multiply it by 34. The answer will be yours. Answer is 100 or not, that I don't know. That calculation is needed to be done by you, but I hope some of the students are saying the answer is 100. I hope White Gaming, you have done the right calculation. So in that case, answer could be 100, which I have it calculated. Will you do that by yourself? From here, let us solve one more question, which is an interesting one from probability. This is the same question. Let me just remove this. So here, this is a question from probability. Great. So final question for the day from my side for the mathematics section. A basic standard decent question. This category of questions we do a lot in our classes. Basic question, basic discriminant based question. So quadratic is merged with probability. And how do they make it lengthy? By making you create the cases. So calculation of those cases will be difficult. PDF will be shared on our WhatsApp channel. Don't worry about that. For WhatsApp channel, you can scan the QR code, or the description has the link of our WhatsApp channel. You can follow it from here. Now, when I go ahead from here, probability that this for all x is always positive. So if a quadratic is always positive, it will be only when it is upward facing parabola lying above the x-axis. So which means here, I hope A, B, C are 1, 2, 3, 4, which means coefficient of x square is always positive, which means it will always be an upward facing parabola. So if it is an upward facing parabola, I need to ensure that its discriminant is negative. So if its discriminant is needed to be worked out, its discriminant is needed to be negative, which means what? B square. So 2 root 2 square is what? 8. So it should be 8b square minus 4ac. So 4ac is 4ac. This should be negative. So if I take 4 common, it gives me 2b square minus ac to be negative. So with that, what do I get? I get 2b square to be less than ac. I get 2b square to be less than AC. Now I got to create cases, otherwise we don't have any other choice. Of course, A, B, C both are positive, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will try certain values. So I'll begin with B as 1. So I'll take some values. I'll take B as 1. Then the second case when I'm taking B as 2. Then the third case when I'm taking B as 3. And the fourth case when I'm taking B as 4. Everybody getting this? So if I could begin with this conclusion in mind, what do I get here? When B is 1, it is 2. So the condition becomes 2 should be less than AC. When B is 2, it is 2 square, which is 4. So 4 into 2 is what? 8. So condition becomes 8 should be less than AC. When B is 3, 9. 9 into 2 is 18. So condition becomes 8 should be less than AC. And then B is 4. When B is 4, 4 square is 16 into 2. 32 should be less than AC. Everybody with me on this, all the participants. Now from here, if I start calculating the cases, if I start building the cases, I'll show you 1 or 2 cases, then rest of the cases you can evaluate by yourself. I hope you are good at doing that. So here, 2 should be less than AC. So what values of A and C you can take? So can I take A as 1? So when I take A as 1, for C, again, there will be multiple cases. Amazingly huge in terms of calculation. You got to do it for all these 4 values. If I take A as 2, for C, I have choices 2, 3 or 4. I hope you're understanding it, because 2 into 1, 3 into 1 or 4 into 1 will be greater than 2. If I take A as 2, then I have all the 4 choices 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you are understanding it. When I take A as 3, again I have all the 4 choices 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I take A as 4, I again have all the choices 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how you calculate it for this, which I am not going it. Which I'm not doing it here. I hope you are good at this. I hope you're doing good at this. Here, if I am supposed to put it less than A, I mean this 8. This 8 here should be less than AC. Then let's say if I take A as 1. Let's say here if I'm taking A as 1, then what choices do I have? Here now cases will start getting narrowed down, because here C cannot be 1 or 2, not even 3. C cannot even be 4. So 1 has no choices here. So if I try A as 2, again 2, 3 comma will not be there. 2 comma 4 will also not be there, because 8 should be less than something. 8 is not equal to 8. So with that, if I go ahead with the third case, can I take A as 3? With the 3, I have only one choice, which is 4. Everybody getting that? Everybody getting that? So that's the only case. So with that, I hope you can create the other cases as well. Let me create it. And now if we are doing it, now here, let me take A as 1. So with that, I don't get, I think 18, the product of AC greater than 80 will not be possible, because the greatest product here will be, okay, I am missing one more case. I am missing one more case. A and B, C can be same as well. So this possibility could also be in there. Let me just correct myself. With that, I think I forgot this. I think 3 into 3 could have been the case. So here the case could have been 3 into 3. I just missed it. And then the next case could have been 3 into 4. I'm really sorry, I missed it. So here 3 into 3 and 3 into 4. With the 3, I'll get 3 and or 4, right? And with the 4, I'll again get 3 and 4, right? So there will be 4 more cases. Right, students? With that, here if I start calculating, 4 into 4 is 16. So the product can never be greater than 18. 4 into 4 is 16. So there will be no cases here. There will be no cases here, which will be acceptable cases. So I think the number of cases I have gotten is 3 plus 4 plus 4. So 12 plus 3, that is what? 12 plus 3 is 15 cases here and 4 cases from here. So the total favorable cases are 19. And you got to do it manually, all the participants. Now from here, what I do is the probability that this is, now for this A, B, C, how many choices do I have? So sir, for A, I have 4 choices. For B, I have 4 choices. And for C, I have 4 choices. So there will be 4 into 4 into 4, 64 possible quadratics, out of which 19 quadratics will be there, which will be positive for all x which are real. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? AC max will be 16. That's good, Manan. That's good observation. And with that, 19 by 64 will be your answer. You can calculate it by yourself, which is not a tough task, So with that, I'm done with the math section. I'm handing it over to Gaurav sir or Sumit sir, whoever is available. I think Gaurav sir must be available. Let me just check it with Gaurav sir, whether he is available or not. Yes, so I am ending now. Gaurav sir, please join. Let me just give it to him.
Yes, guys. So let us finish the 2nd April first attempt, the final, I guess, few questions of chemistry. Most of you must be obviously very much familiar with those questions now, because we are already, I guess, 3:30. So as always, mathematics always takes time, and obviously, but with this paper beta, I'm suggesting, I mean, okay, let me finish and then I'll be concluding with the final verdict. The question is, I mean, I was just telling that there was one question from atomic structure. Now, Li plus 2 is giving electron, and after giving electron, we definitely know it will be forming the Li plus 3 cation. Now, Bohr theory is only applicable for single electron species. Sir, but lithium is not single electron. Lithium has 3 electrons. So Li plus 2 ultimately will land up with only 1 electron. So that means this becomes a single electron species, and hence we can use those Bohr formulas for Li plus 2 cation as well. So it is asking the energy required to this process is nothing but excitation. So what ultimately I have to do, I have to provide the difference in energy packet. So this will become final energy minus initial energy of, what is the energy of final states? Energy at infinity is 0, minus energy of the ground state of lithium electron will be minus lithium plus 2 cation will be minus E naught into Z square upon n square. So this minus minus will obviously become positive because value is given in electron volt. So this is also easy peasy. 13.6 into what is Z for lithium? So 3 squared upon what is the orbit number, sir? It will be present in the ground state, so that means 1 squared. So obviously, I mean, this is 3 into 3 is 9, so 13.6 as in 136 minus 13. So 136 minus 13 as in somewhere around 122 will be your answer. Perfect. Manan beta, perfect. Good afternoon. Rudra, Bhatt. कोई तो VAT करो. VAT, okay. Neeta, have that VAT with others while others are solving and learning few questions which may also help them in their later sessions. Acha, okay. Somebody is chit-chatting among themselves. Moving to the next question. 20 gram of fluoroacetic acid is dissolved in 50 gram of water. So this is my weight of solvent and this is definitely my weight of solute. If depression in freezing point is 1 degree Celsius, that means value of delta TF is given as 1. Sir, but it is degree Celsius. Add beta 0 degree Celsius and 1 degree Celsius. Difference is 1. 0 degree Celsius is 273 Kelvin, 1 degree Celsius is 274 Kelvin. Difference will still be 1. So once you are writing the difference, don't bother whether it is degree Celsius or Kelvin, it will not even matter. So delta TF is definitely 1. Now what is formula of delta TF? Delta TF, which is given out to be 1, is equal to I, which is the Van 't Hoff factor, into Kf, which is the constant for the solvent, which is water in this case, into molality. Now we obviously, even if this would have not been mentioned, we know that colligative properties are only valid for, sir, noise from mic. Okay, is it good, beta? I guess it is good now. The voice is clear. Chalo. So for a colligative property is only valid for dilute solution, and for dilute solution molarity and molality are always same, although it is the question, I mean, because this is a memory based paper, so students said that it was mentioned that molarity and molality are approximately same. Now because I know this, so this 1 will be equal to 1.86. Yes, it generally the value of Kf is given in the question. So this is the value of Kf into Van 't Hoff factor, which I do not know, into molality. Molality will be weight of solute upon molar mass of solute into weight of solvent, but if it is placed in grams, so I have to include 1000 in the numerator. So this 1 will be equal to 1.86 into I into, what about W2? So W2 is 20 into 1000 upon W1 is 500. Now we have to calculate molar mass of solute. What is solute? Sir, fluoroacetic acid. Acetic acid is CH3COOH, but I have to add a fluorine, and this will be my fluoroacetic acid, which is just like an acid. It will dissociate and it will give the corresponding anions and cations. So although I will be considering this later, let us first calculate I. So what will be its molecular mass? So fluorine is 19, carbon is 12 into 2, 24, oxygen is 16 into 32, and okay, hydrogen is 3. So you just add it up. I guess it will come somewhere around 78. So once you add, you get the value of I. After getting the value of I, now into divide is your piece of job, guys. Sorry, sir. Sorry for late, Aditya. Don't worry. Even if you are here after this, start learning these questions. Then scroll back. You can always find the the session in the previous. This is the greatest advantage of this technology. And what about the notes, guys? The notes, you can go to PW JEE English WhatsApp channel. The PDF will be definitely given to you free of cost. Now Sir, we can definitely calculate this I, but this I will be equal to, because how many ions this one molecule is forming? 2 ions. So I, what is value of N over here? 2. And what is the formula for I? Sir, it is equal to 1 plus N is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1 into alpha. So ultimately you will be getting value of 1 plus alpha as I. Let's say whatever value it is, you calculate it. The moment you calculate it, subtract it by 1. So I guess once you solve, alpha will be somewhere around 0.048. Now you just have to make sure that you are calculating things properly. Now once I know alpha, sir, but this is not mentioned because alpha is not asked in the question. Now it is just asking some basic facts about ionic equilibrium. We definitely know for an acid like okay, let me make some space for myself. So I'm using another slide. So for an acid HA giving H plus and A minus, if concentration is C, initially it is 0. So C minus C alpha will fetch me C alpha and C alpha. Because I know it is a weak acid, so obviously the value of alpha will be much lesser than 1, which we can see also it is even less than 5%. So for such cases, what we do, dissociation constant K becomes C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha, but we'll be approximating this as 1. Because I know alpha, so I can definitely find the value of Ka. Ka will be concentration. Concentration, you can directly take this molarity. So this will be my concentration, although this is molality. But because this is dilute solution, so I can take this thing as concentration. So that means this is 20 upon 78 into 1000 upon 500 is 2. So this is my concentration into alpha is 0.048. You just have to again check that whether you're getting alpha. If you are putting the value correctly, I guess you will be landing up with 1 point. Haan beta, NCRT based, I guess in my last session also, the previous live which I have taken for chemistry, that is what I have told to all of the students over there, that if you know your boards correctly, just you have to do the application of those theory in a paper, and once you do that, things become very attemptable and easy for you. Okay, hello sir, my exam will be on 8th, so what should I need to do? Beta, for chemistry, I am telling you, the last live we had yesterday, there we were joined by so many students, and obviously you can go back to yesterday's live in the live section of PWJ English channel. You can do chemistry also, physics also. Sumit sir has also taken a lot of classes, the live sessions. Deepen sir has also taken those sessions, so you can learn and practice through those sessions, and after that always come in the live session of memory based discussion also, because ultimately they will be telling you the actual concept which NT are interested in. Moving to the next question. The next question is from thermodynamics. Yes, this question was, I mean, some of the students were saying, sir, it was given an adiabatic process, but if this simple graph was given, so you can't say it is an adiabatic process. You know why? Because for isothermal process, we know PV is equal to constant, and if this was the graph which was given, so you can clearly see at point A, pressure is 8, volume is 0.5, so 8 into 0.5 is 4. At point B, pressure is 1, volume is 4. So ultimately with the graph we can see that PV is constant. That means it is definitely an isothermal process. But I am not saying that it can't be adiabatic, because, but yes, graph should have been something different, but because this is a memory based thing that we are having, so considering it to be an isothermal process, if this was the question, then obviously for isothermal process, what is work? Sir, what reversible work or irreversible work? Because it is a graph, so it is continuous at every point of time. So definitely how you get a continuous graph during a reversible change. So this becomes the reversible process. Formula is minus nRT ln of final volume upon initial volume. Because value of nRT is not given, so for gas, nRT is equal to PV, because I'm taking a gas, although it is also mentioned that gas is having CV equal to 3R, that means it's a polyatomic gas, that too non-linear. But obviously if it is not a adiabatic process, then we will not be needing that value of CV, which is heat capacity at constant volume. Yes, if it would have been a case that adiabatic condition was given, then you should know the formula of adiabatic process, which is P1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon gamma minus 1. For that, you should know what is value of CV, because only then you can calculate gamma. So I'm giving you, if that was the question, that is the way you should calculate the formula. If this is the question, then obviously for NRT, I will be writing PV. So any PV, because PV is definitely constant. So 8 into 0.5 becomes 4 into 2.303 into log of final volume is 4, initial volume is, that is 4 upon 0.5 as in 8, as in 2 cube. So this will be 3 into log 2. So this into 3 into log 2 is 0.3. If you calculate, I guess you will be landing somewhere around minus 8.3. Is it done, guys? Perfect. Yeah, chemistry was beta. It was very easy, very attemptable. Moving to the next one. Now, for such question, you do not have to even pick up your pen. The same questions, the same logic, the same identification test we have seen in our revision sessions. Sir, ethanol is an aliphatic alcohol. Aliphatic alcohol gives a red coloration, gives a red PPT with what? With steric ammonium nitrate, with the very famous CAN test. The yellow color steric ammonium nitrate solution turns into a red color solution. Sir, phenol gives a violet coloration with neutral FeCl3. That means 1 is B. So 1 is B, 2 is A. So obviously you have your answer. Acid, carboxylic acid are even stronger than carbonic acid. Therefore, they react with metal carbonates and release the brisk effervescence CO2. So this is definitely going with sodium bicarbonate. And acetaldehyde gives those addition elimination reactions with ammonia and its derivatives when react with substituted ammonia, as in with 1 degree amine, the carbonyl forms a substituted imine, which are also called Schiff's base, an NCERT fact. So I hope we are done with this question also. What do you, perfect. Niyamar, option 3 is right. The question was different. Yes, beta. Many students were saying the question was different, but actually the terminology, the trend, the area from which the question were asked, ultimately you are in sync with what logic they are interested in. So obviously, because this is a memory based paper, so obviously we can find some anomalies. Now, moving to the question from chemical kinetics. Now, chemical kinetics says that which of the following relation between first order and zero order reaction is correct? Again, the same things they are asking. Yes, chemical kinetics, they are in love with first order and second order kinetics. So for first order kinetics, what is the formula of T half? Sir, first order kinetic, the T half is ln2 by K, which is not even depending upon the initial concentration. So if we do twice of T half, because T half is equal to twice of T 100%, as in when 100% of the reaction is completed. Sir, in half time 100 rupees will become 50. In another half time 50 will get halved. So becomes 50 will be halved, as in 50 out of 50, 25 will be gone. In the another half of 25 will be gone. In the another half of that will be gone. So you will be taking infinite number of T halves for a first order reaction to be completely finished. So this is absolutely incorrect, and definitely this will be your right answer. I hope you are clear with this also, guys. Okay, chalo, 1, perfect. Not 1 beta, 2. Aditya, I hope we are clear with this. Chalo. Moving to the next question. The next question belongs to periodicity. It says the statement 1 is first ionization energy of sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Now, the general idea, maybe there was a few students were saying there was one more element, but ultimately the general idea is going to be understood with this pattern of question also. First ionization energy, sir, we know along the period ionization energy increases, definitely correct, but there are some anomalies because of stable electronic configurations. So if we move from sodium, definitely ionization energy will rise. So sodium has lesser, and who has higher ionization energy? Magnesium. But if you compare with aluminium, then magnesium has even higher ionization energy than aluminium. Why? Because for magnesium, electron is removed from a stable 2s2 which is fully filled. For aluminium, it is removed from the NP1 subshell, and therefore the ionization of aluminium is less and magnesium is high. Therefore it will have higher value while aluminium will have lesser value, although it is saying sodium is higher, so obviously this is quite incorrect. Now, but some of the students were saying a clear pattern was given, so that's why I'm explaining everything, because the question may vary, but the question was actually just talking about the variation among sodium and among magnesium and aluminium. Now, obviously, because the given question is saying and sodium is highest, so that is obviously incorrect. Now, third, ionization energy of calcium, aluminium and sodium. Now, among them, obviously, if this was the question, then also you can clearly predict that once aluminium is going to form the third as an aluminium plus 2 will be given energy, and it is told that you have to form a plus 3 cation, then it will be loving to attain this inert electronic configuration. So this value will be much less. The third ionization energy of aluminium will be quite less. If you talk of sodium, after removing one electron will form Na plus. Sir, Na plus is having stable electronic configuration just like that of neon. So but if you try to remove one more electron, it will attain Na plus 2. So for the third electron, the electron will be removed from inner shell, and inner shell electron removal will be more difficult. So obviously aluminium will not have a higher value than sodium. I hope we are clear with this. For calcium, obviously I can say, because calcium plus 2 will also have a inert configuration, and removing the third electron from an inert configuration will definitely be highest. So because it is saying aluminium is greater than sodium, therefore it is also incorrect, and hence for us both the options are incorrect. Yes, many were saying there were some different questions, but the ionization energy logic was the same. They were using the concept that stable electronic configuration has higher value, and if you have successive ionization energy, then also you compare their electronic configuration, and that will suggest that who is having a better ionization energy. Moving to the next question. The next question belongs to coordination compounds. The coordination chemistry question says that 8 gram of this complex. Now this complex was made very beautifully. Although if you just look at basically how many chlorines I'm having over here, friends. Sir, we are having X chlorine over here and 3 minus X over here. So ultimately X plus 3 minus X will be giving you how many chlorine? Just 3. So chromium having 3 chlorine, I do not know which chlorine is inside the coordination sphere and which is the counter ion, but ultimately the whole complex molecule is constituted of chromium, 3 chlorines, and how many water? So this is Y and this is 6 minus Y. So in total add them up. So ultimately how many water species I'm having? 6. I do not know how many of them are acting as ligand. Now this is my total formula of the complex, and this complex is given out to be 8 grams. So its moles will be, sir, its moles will be 8 upon molecular mass. Now molecular mass you can obviously calculate how. Chromium is 52, chlorine is 35.5 into 3, and water is 6 into 18. So you can add this up. Let's say this value is M1. You can obviously into divide. I'm leaving for you people because I want you to take this PDF and attempt by yourself. So this will give the value of M1. Now, once this complex is treated with silver salt, which is silver nitrate, we know chlorine will be coming with silver and you will be forming a AgCl PPT. Now, this AgCl PPT is formed how much? 8.61 gram. Now, how to calculate moles? Sir, given weight upon molecular mass, which is 108 plus 35.5. Now, if you just solve, it will be definitely, yes, this is a part that you have to play at your end. Approximately, it will be coming out somewhere around 0.06. If you put this molar mass, this will come around somewhere around 0.03. So this becomes quite evident. that 1 mole of this will bring n moles of AgCl, because we do not know how many moles of chlorine are acting as counterions. But with this stoichiometry, I can clearly see that 0.03 moles is giving us 0.06. That means 1 is giving double. So value of n we can easily predict is 2. Once we predict the value of n is 2, that means 2 of the chlorine are ionizable. Predicting the molecular formula becomes very easy. How? In the coordination complex, I should have chromium as metal cation. I should definitely have only 2 chlorine acting as the counterion. After that, how many chlorine I'm left with? Just 1. That has to be inside the coordination sphere. Now, chromium generally form a complex with coordination number 6. So, in order to complete the coordination number 6, I need 5 water molecules. So, what about the 6th water molecule? It will be acting as water of crystallization. So this becomes my beautiful formula, and now we can easily predict the values. It is saying you just have to give, you just have to give the value of x and y. So what is the value of x? 3 minus x is the chlorine, which the question is saying they are acting as counterions. That means 3 minus x value is how much? 2. So that means x value is how much? Because 3 minus x, the question is saying that these are the chlorine which are acting as counterions. And counterion, how many chlorine I'm having? 2. So 3 minus x is 2. That means, okay, with this case, I guess you will be getting x as, I guess this will be x minus 3 beta. This will be x minus 3. This will be x minus 3. So x minus 3 will be 2, that means x will be 5. And how many water molecules I'm having as water of crystallization? Just 1. So okay, in that case, if let us take that value only, because here if it is given 3 minus x, so 3 minus x will be 2, because 2 is the number of chlorine which are acting as counterions. So value of x will rather be 1. Absolutely correct. And what about the water of crystallization? I have 1 water as water of crystallization. That means 6 minus y is nothing but 1 water of crystallization. That means value of y will be 5. And what I have to report? I have to report the multiplication of x and y. So 5 into 1 is definitely 5. Perfect. But yes, you have to keep your eyes open. Sir, you are wrong. Beta, if this was not the question, then obviously you can help us with the exact question. But as per the data that we have got, these were the question. But yes, maybe the data will slightly fluctuate. But ultimately, this is the conceptual area from which the question is asked. So moving forward now. A classic question from NCERT. You do not have to move your pen to solve such question. The classic question from NCERT: isopropyl benzene, which is nothing but cumene, undergoing oxidation. First, this benzylic carbon will get the peroxide linkage, and post acidification, which is H2O in acidic medium, it will undergo rearrangement, forming phenol and acetone, the very famous reaction of NCERT, the preparation of phenol. So I hope this will not even take 30 seconds to solve. Okay, so this brings us to the end of today's discussion, and yes, I would definitely give this verdict that chemistry was very doable. Chemistry would have been completed in a frame of again 35 minutes, maybe less for some students, and you can have that healthy amount of time to be investing in your mathematics side. And once time is invested in mathematics, then obviously that also becomes easy. So I feel that this session was very, very, very easy. Somewhere around 210, 215 if you're getting, then only you can think about getting a 99 percentile score, because yes, you are going to have a larger percentage. I mean, you have to score a higher mark to get a percentile in this paper, because this was quite doable. To stay with us, we'll be coming around 6:15 in the evening for the discussion of the second attempt, because students will be there in the examination giving their paper. So let us have compassion for them. Let us give them energy to attempt those questions very properly. The lecture notes, these lecture notes you can download with the by subscribing to our WhatsApp channel PWJE English. All these lecture notes of physics, chemistry, maths will be given to you. So all the very best, and we'll be meeting soon in the